Meanwhile, in After Hours, expert story mode, let's go. Let's not do that. Let's definitely not do that. Let's go to BRB real quick. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to change the BRB art real quick. Here we go. Fucking new OBS. So shit. Much more efficient than last time. Where is the button I want? There it is. Right, let's change the frame out to the After Hours one, naturally. There we go, all sorted. Lovely, here we are. We are in After Hours mode. So, what the fuck are we going to do in After Hours mode? It's only you and me, Kirsty. This is ridiculous. I'm used to there being a few people here when it gets to After Hours. It's only fucking 20 to 10, for Christ's sake. Well, let's get into the stream folder for a start. Lego Potter. All the art is there. I don't even need to split between the first one and the second one because I've gone with... Well, I'll show you, seeing as we're going After Hours. I've done that. I've done the Harry Potter collection one. So we're good. We're ready to go. I know it feels much later. It doesn't. It doesn't feel late at all. In fact, if anything, it is later than what it feels. I feel like it's still only about fucking 8:30 or something like that. What did I use that for? Did I use that for anything? Oh, partially. Well, anyway, the point is I've got all my art ready, so at least if we jump into Lego Harry Potter tomorrow, I'm good to go from the start. I've got a live in 5. I've got my frame. I've got my starting. I've even got the thumbnail for Twitch ready to for YouTube rather ready to go up. Remarkable. What the fuck do we do now? I mean, do I just end the stream? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do instead? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I should probably change this to just chatting at least. On the off chance that anyone fucking raids us. There we go, that's that done. I'm completely at a loss. Like, I'm genuinely at a fucking loss. Where did everyone go? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's so quiet. My fridge has chosen, like, this moment in the last minute to just go, I'm going to stop doing things, and now it's, like, deathly silent in this room. Do I have any, like, small games I can just jump into and fuck around with? Not really. I don't know what to do. I mean, normally after hours we jump into watching shit. But normally there are people here that would probably appreciate the bullshit that I put on. I think Trev's camping, which doesn't help. Start Lego. You know, I was kind of thinking maybe I should start Lego. No, I won't start Lego because then I'll get super involved. I've only got like one proper beer left. Which is not that shit. And I'll get too involved in it. And I'll be like, right, let's go. And I can't do that because obviously I've got to get up and go to work tomorrow. So... let's not do that. Let's think of something else we can do. We are in after hours mode, so we can get away with more things than traditionally we might be able to. So we could do DJ mode. Should we just listen to some jams? I mean, I have jams. But at this point, everyone's heard the jams before. We'll listen to other people's jams? We could listen to other people's jams. I'm sure some of my friends have projects coming out. There's a pie-related project that I've not even listened to. I own the vinyl for it. I've not listened to it yet. One of my dudes, Benny Diction. Pie. Reliable Pies. It's by Dope Addiction. God, love that shit. We can listen to that. It's a 6-track EP. I've got it on 10-inch vinyl, I think. Fuck it, let's do that. I've got no other idea, so I'm just going to throw some jams on. Here are some jams. I've not listened to them yet, but I own the record. Here is the cover. Reliable Pies. Don't compromise. 0% whack raps. Who is Dope Addiction? We've got some information. Bars by Doberman and Benny Diction. There you go. Unless they're not. Brilliant. Biggest features.
I'm not coming out till I've written my best shit. Till I've written my best shit.
That's a great line. What a fantastic line to open
inside
with.
The house, and I'm not coming out till I've written my best shit.
I really like that.
Even then I won't exit.
Even then I won't exit. Oh, I love that.
In slumber, a reluctant bedfellows. The lack of light intensifies any sense of existential crisis as thoughts inside my cerebellum echo. And next to the deathly silence, there is depth in its death metal.
Record.
Once I'm alert, it's difficult to get settled. My brain does karate as I grapple with my own end of level boss. I should figure how to render my mental an empty vessel.
Cheers.
Slow the tempo from allegro to lento. Instead, I fetch a pencil. Apt as the autumn days are drawing in my daytime face to shades of porcelain. I dive head first into the page like I'm snorkeling. Or better yet, developed a set of gills and a dorsal fin. I'm not going in, I'm hibernating, I'm staying in. Cause there's nothing out there but virus strains, rain and wind. I succumb to Mother Nature's whims and survey the leaves change to tin against the sky's greyish tinge.
And I'm not coming out till I've written my best shit.
So I guess Golden on the Mixer is the label involved for this one, being indie label naturally. If it says GOTM 032, this must be their 32nd release. Even if it says 38 releases here.
Even then I won't exit.
Have you ever said a word until it's meaningless, or watched the once familiar change its suit to something secretive? Yeah, well that's kind of how this evening is. Reality cackles and shakes the shackles of my feeble grip, climbing the friggin' ceilings to find me a bigger reason. Sat in silence, but there's a siren within me screaming, and if seeing is believing, I'll bow to my new lord, a God-fearing subject indebted to these walls.
Golden on the Mixer haven't really done a lot with their page, have they? There's no
seconds and hours seem identical now as I stoutly approach the coastline. A known life, a nosedive to the murkier depths of a closed mind. Cocooned in my closed eyes, I'm moving remote time, ring its usual flow tight till it's looped in a bow tie.
That is a flow that very much reminds me of
infinite mimicry, but when I pen a page I separate the mirror imagery.
And I'm not
all those Derby heads back in the day. So that would have been dope when Benny was on the first verse. Benny's meant to be on a song with me at some point. Well, like 2 songs actually. One, a song with me and a song with the Bears.
Even then I won't exit.
I've received 0 bars so far.
Trying to be as prolific as Amos.
No
amount of writtens will acquit me to be quitting my day job, though the process itself is the payoff. I treat the hemoglobin in these boulders like I'm ringing a J clock.
Yeah, and we shown that we can kill it since day one. Who we got to grift to get a platinum plaque with our names on. I plan to pummel my opposer to submission, but it's
really
me
hard
against
to do
myself
it like
and
a
yo, this cunt is slow
traditional
to
3
give in.
fucking verse song when you're a duo.
The globe keeps spinning and everything goes back to the beginning. I'll reposition stealthily hidden till I emerge,
like
gripping some rhythms that'll leave you
then
shivering
shared
and
verse,
frostbitten.
got to
As
do
long as
longer
the clock's
verses
ticking
and
and
risk
I'm not rotting in a
risk
coffin, I'll be
losing the
jotting
interest
my
of the
whims
listener.
to hip hop rhythms. crimes. Time has always been the murdering type. In exchange for permanent life, I'm determined to write.
Cursed with this plight, I'll hermitize, immersed in these verses till they disturb me at night, fanning the flames burning inside.
Low like I never heard of a high. From life abound to tightly wound, grinding down just to keep the brightness out.
My inner dialogue showing no signs of piping down.
Trying to decipher these sounds and let my hands write it out. My inner dialogue showing no signs of piping down. Trying to decipher these sounds and let my hands write it out.
Same story on Clap Your Hands from Love Hearts and Sticky Tape.
I'm so focused it hurts, literally squinting in the mirror of the number plate behind me as I drive slow in the murk. No word of a lie, certified odious twerk. My phone might be oversized, at least I know that it works. A loud conversation got my neighbours going berserk, but I'm surprised that they can even hear me over my shirt. I'm not overly flamboyant, I'm just showing my work, but I'm real. Prefer a cheese board over dessert. Flashy, they think that I'm that type of guy still. When I'm done dining, I'm asking for an itemised bill. I not only pay the service charge, the boot jumpers, for all the winter spent at home rocking two jumpers. See, I'm a grafter, not one to snooze or slumber. Sporting glasses like Frank Murphy in Blue Thunder. My life's one huge summer, cause I've accrued numbers. If there's karaoke on the cruise, I might just croon a number. Cause when the pipes are fight, you can't touch my drunken style. My hands were made to rape money piles. I prize the biggest cunt, I win it by a country mile. My towel draped over the lounger before my toes touch a tile. Used to be young and wild, now I'm midlife. Still paying alimony to my fifth wife. And my bit on the side's working hard for that visa. So I get a pint and treat her to a margarita.
The city never sleeps, and neither do I. Got my grubby digits in a few reliable.
Benediction has a thing about fucking rapping about food. Like he's got a group that's specifically about rapping about food. I can't even remember what the fuck it's called, but I got that Bible as well. We played it when I was getting my head waxed during the first 24-hour stream.
Yo, it's the motherfucking Tash Sporter. Here to date your dad's daughter. Mad how a dash of man for can transform you. Flashback to the camcorder era. Woke to tequila sunrise. Not the morning drawing nearer. Richard geared up. Acting like my name's Dick and my Casio watch cost a lot more than it did. I'm Yorkshire as Chip Butty. There's not more than a quid. Still the shore I see before me ain't a tour of the bits. Never find a nice chilly here in Vice City, where the mottos drive slowly, fast and die quickly. So ride with me as I'm speedboating in a baby blue swallow, courtesy of Jim Bowen. Savings going out of the black and into the red. Chin chinning as I'm drinking to death. All you Tarquins can pay my middle finger respect. The deep currency diver prime to sink to the depths. Yeah, I'm fucking baking in my budgie smugglers. Sunbathing Ray Winston nuts are barely covered up. The only thing separating pure sin and a bit of fun is if it's done under the raw magnificence of the sun. And I know I don't belong, but I'm here. And you can't tell me nothing wrong, but I'm here. Look at the sunshine waiting down the harbour of meters. An order 0.6 a lager and litres.
The city never sleeps, and neither do I. I lie with one eye open, cause slumber is death's cousin. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt, but you're doing sweet Fanny Adams sat on your ass. I'm al fresco, surrounded by palms and geckos. Always one step ahead, but the gams are retro. Pino, Parmigiano, or pesto, with total eclipse of the heart in the head.
Game 1-6 with Trev. He's very deep into camping. That's not a good sign.
I recognize the Lord within me. Yo. Check. No addiction. Yo.
Grids an upturn for their face. How they waffle on, repeating pirate fashion. I can't wait to see Polygon. So two-dimensional, predictable, symmetrical. Flat and lacking, not trying to be well-rounded and spherical. They're not terrible, but they're clinical and clerical. Forgetting that the options are unlimited, immeasurable. At the risk of sounding bitter and resentful, I'm perplexed at some of the stuff that's sitting on a pedestal.
When the lone tree topples in the forest and crashes down, it doesn't need the input of an audience to craft its sound. Such a cliched concept. complaint from rappers now that nothing's real, cause the established bow to clapping crowds. There's no arbiters to artistry or bars that keep the bars you speak part and parcel to please the farms of bar and sheep. Still there's the internal wrestler, the writer. Better to expand the craft or focus on refinement.
I can see a lot of cash cows filling this field.
Maybe that's why they're so scared of spilling the milk.
The mind state is kill or be killed to be king of the hill.
But is it one you wanna stay on once you've written your will? And I can see a lot of cash cows filling this field.
Maybe that's why they're so scared of spilling the milk.
The mind state is kill or be killed to be king of the hill. But is it one you wanna stay on once you've written your will?
It's that long-standing tussle of yore, that old tug of war, trying something new but sticking to what you've done before. Don't have to close one to open up another door. With every release I'm trying to give something more. Uncharted territory or familiar ground. It's a difficult balance, I'm still trying to figure it out. Develop a winning formula, a signature sound to keep your listeners guessing with everything you put out.
God forbid a rapper be their own person. When I view shares and downloads serve to birth them. Dusty heads want that well-known version. I prefer it from the bottom of the soul sermon to a safe and so certain. Cash in on coercion, made the one way that it works for them. You say you like it cause the spitting is real, but I fear you're just a fiend for a familiar feel. I can see a lot of cash cows filling this field.
Maybe that's why they're so scared of spilling the milk.
The mind state is kill or be killed to be king of the hill.
But is it one you wanna stay on once you've written your will?
Last time I checked, hip hop is not a tick box.
Becoming one is something
Not
that running
the Slim
the
Shady
risk
or
of.
That age-old conundrum, form versus
Infinite.
function, but why not try and bring a little extra something?
Sonically, it's got a sound as well, the beat. Not until DJ Next one came in.
We give you much more. Give you much more.
Is footy back on? Is there footy tomorrow? Have Liverpool got a game? This is always relevant to me if Liverpool have a game on a Saturday.
No? Okay, I'll tell you.
It's Ollie and Benny with that dope addiction. Satoshi's ears are on the mixer with that golden vision. We're getting busy like we're Christians and Jehovah's risen. So sleeping on us is a silly, not a bold decision. It's Ollie and Benny with that dope addiction. Satoshi's ears are on the mixer with that golden vision. We're getting busy like we're Christians and Jehovah's risen. So sleeping on us is a silly, not a bold decision.
My specialty's puns and pedantry. Besides the thoughts that run through my mind are quite sedentary. But let's skip the pleasantries and jog our memories, and that'll be our day's exercise. No lycra leggings, just Olympian level mic wrecking the second the Dover and I are becking inside the session. One more round for
That was like 14 minutes and I didn't even run a single fucking ad. What an idiot. Anyway, we're just listening to tunes anyway, aren't we? So let's just get on.
provide a pension, that's besides the question. It's quite evident that I treat it like it's my profession.
I like a slice of lemon ribbon circling my tumbler. Not one for finery, but one for splurging when the sun is up. And most these skies are overcast. That's the coldest facts. I best be drinking something else to bite into my overdraft. Don't mean a bag or two when I say boshing some lines. Provides an avenue for my wandering mind, but not plodding alongside, bro. I'm here to be the pace setter. Palooka rappers get defensive like Mayweather.
It's Ollie and Benny with that dope addiction. Satoshi's ears are on the mixer with that golden vision. We're getting busy like we're Christians and Jehovah's risen. So sleeping on us is a silly, not a bold decision. It's Ollie and Benny with that dope addiction. Satoshi's ears are on the mixer with that golden vision. We're getting busy like we're Christians and Jehovah's risen. So sleeping on us is a silly, not a bold decision.
Yo, it's perfection how we mold a moment's depiction. The la-di-da-di artist marking brush strokes on the picture, planting seeds in the cut. So if nobody listens, the fully formed oak trees will overgrow your indifference.
Rappers act like they're the centre of the solar system, but they don't know jack until the cola's fizzing. I wrote the rhythm in pole position, and now I'm cold chilling like a Bond villain as a stroke of kitten. Only glazed root veggies with the roasted pigeon. That's a token fool lyric, so you know who's spitting. But you know my bro's the sickest with the flow precision, so pick up a pill and fill 'em, kill 'em with your vocalism.
We're never the tourists, but ever the purists. Nevertheless, we endeavour to better the levels and step with the rawness. My advice to you, lightly lads, is if you can't perform it, don't bother to write it and record it. It's awkward, sure, we might not do service with a smile, but we set the bar for entry with the way we're turning styles. From jazzy to gritty, boom, bappy or skippy, happy to snap on any track that you give me.
It's Ollie and Benny with that dope addiction. Satochi's ears are on the mixer with that golden vision. We're getting busy like we're Christians and Jehovah's risen. So sleeping on us is a silly, not a bold decision. It's Ollie and Benny with that dope addiction. Satochi's ears are on the mixer with that golden vision. We're getting busy like we're Christians and Jehovah's risen. So sleeping on us is a silly, not a bold decision.
Full day work tomorrow. You know how I do. Probably call it about 11, unless anything spectacularly interesting happens. I've changed the title again. We're in DJ mode. So. Last time we did that, we had also some folks come through and say, check out these tunes. I think maybe. We certainly have had people come through and say, hey, check out this music. And that's some fun engagement. And I'm down for that. So far, this is a fun record. And I've noticed it does actually say 10-inch vinyl right there on the screen. I wasn't even paying attention.
I told you once and I told you.
So yeah, that's what I've got. 10-inch just up there with the other vinyls. Except the ones I've not put away yet. I've got a Nirvana vinyl and a Prince vinyl I delivered like a month or so ago that I've not bothered to put in place yet. Not to mention my 2 copies of the new Muse album.
A lot of rappers sound like total shite when they're on the open mic. And the local nights believe that Dober tries coaching guys to get their vocals right. Screaming bars till you're red in the face. Don't need the crowd to comprehend what you say. And any gift that your pen gets left on the page, cause without clarity projection's a waste.
And when an MC is singers mid-set, I'm suggesting that you zip it. And if you stood at the bar getting the drinks in, you better be whispering. I stress the vinyl's limited edition, so better get them while they're sizzling. So this time round, cop 2 copies and you'll be vexed you didn't. You better listen.
I told you once and I told you twice, but you never listen. Too busy with your eyes glued to that device and your television. I told you once and I told you twice, but you never listen. Always happy dishing out your own advice, but to others you're not cognizant.
Should have invested in
really going for this
cryptocurrency, but you see,
to me, this
right now you could have been under a money tree thinking to yourself,
kind of vibe to it.
But you never listen.
I'm not saying you're a horrible friend, and honestly I don't want to offend.
You never listen.
Nothing ever gets lodged in your head. This in one ear and out the opposite end.
You never listen.
Message the Uber Eats guy with directions to my flat.
But you see they never listen.
Like yeah, safe man, it don't say it on Google Maps, but entrance is round the back.
They never listen.
Yeah, so now I'm bored stiff, waiting for my dinner, twiddling my friggin' fingers.
Still they never listen.
I check my phone and the cunt's only gonna mark the order as delivered.
Cause they never listen.
I told you once and I told you twice, but you never listen. Too busy with your eyes glued to that device and your television. I told you once and I told you twice, but you never listen. Always happy dishing out your own advice, but to others you're not cognizant.
I just saw a dude post on Twitter. Twitch payout just hit 96 grand. 96 grand.
If you can find more potent than medicine, the government have been invented through invention. Just let us know because we're open to suggestion. I
I said we're open to suggestion.
I'd be fucking fixed with that shit. Just one payment of 96 grand. Fix everything for me, thanks.
So we slip up for convenience, and the
Literally everything.
We will our grip to weak until we're in the deep end. Vices are beckoning. I want some
Fix it all with
left
change.
on a knife edge trembling. I guess yes, I'm in a tribe called
I try and
questioning
put a
what
fucking
we strive for and why should I force
English
effort in.
gracious
Not looking
bears
to reach the sky,
appreciation
just wanna be decent like
get together
commodities from
thing
when I
together
was a
for
teen.
that.
Today I'm cheap to buy. Everything creeps in price till only Greek can thrive
Get a
and
date
increase
where
the
everything would,
lining of
work
the
for everyone.
pockets of egregious types.
I've booked
But
all
I'm
your
not the
trains
one
for
to
you. You could
put
all come and meet us in
society to
Stockport.
rights
We go
or
Frosty's
say our
Farm.
best that we divide each piece of pie. I'm just sick of being the
Put yous up in a
tenant with
Travelodge.
peace on life, 'cause I want nothing more than the freedom so I can
I mean,
keep
holidays
it
are holiday,
mine.
right?
I used to wanna answer
nights,
life's
2
big
nights.
questions, but right now it's something that I've little interest in. Had a lot of
Have to go home
knockbacks,
the
I
next
felt
day, all fucked
tested.
up.
Browsed all the titles in the self-help section. If you can find more potent than
Have a day
medicine,
to
the
have a
Doberman
nice
and
relaxing
Benny
wander
through
around Stockport or
invention.
Manchester
Just let us
itself.
know because we're open to suggestion. I said we're open to
Like it's a fine wines, as easy as alphabets, as simple as lines by dry. 1 minute you're living the high life, next instance figuring why try. Motivated by my grin and infants twinkling bright eyes. Love I gave you's infinite as the stars in the glistening night sky. Couldn't keep living like a feline with diminishing 9 lives. Cause in the blink of an eyelid, might have to just kiss it or bye-bye. Not given it isn't a Weinstein, even blessed with the gift of hindsight. Nostalgia's rose-tinted lenses keep on tricking my mind's eye. Dismissing the dips and mini revisiting highlights is unrealistic. Cause the flip side and clinging to misery, that's a slippery lifeline. Sure it loves that company, but don't let it get too comfy. Cause every cup of your sip will be bitter as white wine vinegar. With rigor I write rhymes, you figure that I should be switching the scheme. When really reality's more predictable than you'd ever believe. Everything's cyclical, and it follows a similar theme. Like rinse and repeat, but what does it all mean?
I used to wanna answer life's big questions, but right now it's something that I've little interest in. Had a lot of knockbacks, I felt tested. Browsed all the titles in the self-help section. If you can find more potent than medicine, the Doberman and Benny venting through invention, just let us know because we're open to suggestion. I said we're open to suggestion.
Castle building with the sands of time, acting like I own the moon because of course I can distract the tide. Make a body sat for giggle at my cloudy karma as I shoot arrows and paint bullseyes round them after. Infinity moves incredibly quickly. The heavens beckon, but I'd rather tend to my victory. Cheeky gods strike using flat and skittle hacks, whilst our genetics treat us like sacrificial lambs. I tried to cram meaning even into what's superfluous, dealing with painful nostalgia in the face of impermanence. It's been the same soul trying to figure a perspective out, and that's from my first memory to now. I love that I remember running into Grandad Philip's arms. I was 2 when he died. Is it weird I miss his laugh? Existence is absurd but profoundly gorgeous. I'm just happy that my inner Hala found its orca.
I used to wanna answer life's big questions, but right now it's something that I've little interest in. Had a lot of knockbacks, I felt tested. Browsed all the titles in the self-help section. If you can find more potent than medicine, the Doberman and Benny venting through invention, just let us know because we're open to suggestion. I said we're open to suggestion.
That was a fun little EP. I wonder how much it cost to buy just like as an MP3 sort of thing. We'll never know. I'm not fucking filling your shit in. Because if that's the only amount of people that have bought it, I guess they've not made a lot of bank off this. And they were selling 10-inch for fuck's sake, so that must have cost money to press. I mean, it does come like this. It's literally just a white cardboard thing with that as a sticker in it, and then the vinyl inside. There's not a lot that's gone into that, so I guess it could be relatively cheaper to produce just off that alone. But shit, I don't really know. Let me see if I can find some more Benediction. You start typing Benediction in Google, it knows it's a musical artist because his shit's all over Spotify and shit, so that's better than we've got. Good work, Ben. Does he not have his own tag or his own page? all of his shit's put out through different things. I know he's got a record out because I'm pretty sure I bought the fucking thing. From the top list here, I own 3 of them. And I own the 3 on vinyl. 4 if we go down to the next line, and I've got that on CD. It's a pretty good record, actually. Is it? I can't remember. We'll probably find out. That's a full album. Do we have time for that? Probably not. I'd rather do his latest album if I'm gonna fuck about with albums and shit. I just can't remember what the fuck it's called. What's it called? What's it called? It's been out for over a year at this point. Gonna risk checking Twitter for it. Could be a lot of scrolling, depends on how much he posts. Oh, fucking plenty by the looks of it. How come I don't see his posts then? Follow fucking Benediction. There's a fucking moth. For God's sake. We could try listening to that 15-minute fucking song that the game put out. That's meant to be a diss to M. Should we try that? I don't give a shit about copyright. Yeah, fuck it, let's do that. Let's see if we can't see how terrible this is. I can't remember what it's called. The Black Slim Shady, of course it is. Why would it not be called that? For fuck's sake. From the album. I'll give credit where it's due. The name for the album is fucking phenomenal. Because drill is a kind of rap music these days. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I've not got my fingers on the pulse the way I used to. But it's called Drillmatic. Anyone that knows hip hop probably knows why the Illmatic thing is quite relevant. How long does this go on for? 10 minutes. It's not as bad as I thought. Okay, right. Let's get into this. This is a silly beat.
Hey, Grandma. Yeah, I'm still out making my Uber runs.
Okay.
I'll be home soon. I just got one more pickup, kind of close to 8 Mile. Okay. Love you too.
Eminem jokes. That's a big fucking shoe. Oh, I see what he's doing there. The old j without finishing G. And then he was going shade without finishing shady. But then he just said shady after that. Krusty's texting me back.
They know who they fucking with. Pull that truck around, niggas is ducking clips. Hi, I'm the Black Slim Shady. I unpack the heat with my oven mitts.
I unpack the heat with my other mints. What?
I tiptoe around in my chucks and shit. Hi, I'm the Black Slim Shady. Game sick in the brain, sick as the day that I came. Hennessy running through my veins. I load up the clip and aim. Sick of you niggas talking like you won't get wet.
Okay, so his voice has gone up by an octave. I remember his second album, like he dropped his vocal style to sound more like Dre, and now he's gone way up there. What's he up to?
Cross-sided crosshairs on my enemies. If you cross the street, you run into me. Crash into a light bulb. Now you crawling out the driver's side like a centipede. And me, I'm finna be on a jet to the Philippines. Spill the beans, kick the Kool-Aid over, tell God don't intervene. While I'm smashing some weedy pussy to smithereens. The G-A, 50 M, pay my face, I'm him. Putting this big black dick in your skims. I don't think they know who they fucking with.
Yeah, whatever he just said.
Pull that truck around, niggas is ducking clips. Hi, I'm the Black Slim Shady. I unpack the heat with my oven mitts.
As I somewhat predicted, Krusty had forgotten.
In my chucks and shit. Hi,
I'm the black Slim Shady. I killed Dr. Dre in my basement last night. I was wasted last night. I went apeshit last night. Chopped his body up and forgot where I placed it last night. Had a slice of humble pie. I couldn't taste it last night. Lost my taste in my smell. I got a Marion. Me and Dr. Fauci went to Crazy Girls, and then we got our party on. So feed 5 fun. I'm with 40
even sound like Gabe.
40 to other 40. I'm with Canadians at Drake House.
Was he just putting a new fucking voice for every album, or what?
You tell a chef to bring them steaks out. So let's play house. With the Dracos and the ARs, stay the fuck up off of Stanley grass and take a shit in they yard. And my dick stay hard.
This isn't some fucking Eminem, oh, big respect, love M thing.
On the internet. My intellect is NFTs and cryptos. I can never be a crypto. I tiptoe with my red rag around 6 O's.
Chuck?
Yeah.
Hey man, let's get you out the rain.
Good looking. How's your night going, bro?
I'm cool, man. You don't need that mask. Nobody cares about that shit anymore.
MGK, UGK, Tech 9, Uzi spray. My other 12 personalities wasn't really in the mood today. Hi kids, here's some fun. Let's all say nigga once. Crashed the car, hit and run. Jumped out, hid the gun. Your fans want a rap guy? Well, fuck it. I'ma give him one. I came to put Slim in the box, but he already live in one. Mr. Shady,
it's quite clever.
Shady.
Not as clever as some of the other ones.
Don't be lazy. Call up Dre and get that Dre beat. Jump off stage if shit get crazy. Mr. Shady, don't be shady. Pick that pen up, don't be lazy. Call up Dre and get that Dre beat. Jump off stage if shit
Shady
get
round with
crazy.
Shady, Dre round with Dre. Classic game, really, isn't it? He had some really good jams back when he actually was Shady Aftermath. There was some money to work with some really good producers and shit. That's not to knock whoever's producing him now, naturally, but Christ, he's struggling to be relevant, isn't he? I'm just talking into the void, aren't I? Oh well, I'm going to keep talking into the void while I find something else to fucking bitch about. What else can I bitch about? I mean, to be clear, by no stretch of the imagination am I a authority on hip-hop. I just dip my toes in, man. I know where where to draw the line. I've been doing it for a great many years. I'm just not as in it as I used to be in it. Funnily enough, Facebook Memories popped up today with a message from Ash P saying, "Yo, check your WhatsApp. Got a gig offer for you." It was 8 years ago. It was our last show. 8 years ago, October. The poster for it is still right there. Wednesday the 15th of October, 8 p.m. And it was 8 years ago. We've not been even close to a stage since. So, by no stretch of the imagination are we quite as legit as we used to be. We put out some songs, obviously. We had that whole album going for a hot minute, and then, you know, COVID shut down the operation, and we've just not found the fucking energy to come back to it. Which is a shame. I'm not saying we're done. We'll likely never be done. But, you know, it's finding the time and the desire. I don't know, it's kind of sad, really. I was thinking earlier today, actually, I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that we never actually got around to releasing. We should probably just fucking throw all that shit together at some point and see what sticks, you know what I mean? Just put out a record of, here's some stuff we did about 10 years ago that we never actually fucking put out. Do you want it? Because it exists. Fucking hell. What, do I have any? I feel like I've played everything that we've done at this point. That I have on this computer, certainly. I don't know, though. I don't actually know. I mean, we've written so much stuff. We've made so many beats, and not all of it has come together to be recorded. So it's hard to say what may or may not have bars. What the fucking hell is this? Right, Sample specific for this record. I see shitloads of beats over here, but no vocals. Most of them have lyrics recorded, but no fucking vocals. This is the problem. What the hell's this? I think this is something that was meant to be a CTN thing. Again, there's meant to be a CTN... there's shitloads of CTN songs that are still sat on Krusty's old computer. We could release that. I mean, not as one of ours, obviously, but... This has art for it and everything. I know I rap on this, but it's not one of our beats. It's, again,
you know it ain't been easy, the man on the Mersey. When I first got here, people beat me, cursed me. It got me thirsty, made me fight back, but I ain't one for the fist, so I bought me a notepad.
Welcome back, Swish.
Wrote down my thoughts, wrote down my feelings, built them into rhymes about all
Here's a
my
song you've not got.
I gave it meaning, the stories were true, so I got me a microphone and told them to you.
Now those days where every single thing is so off. Yeah, I'm kind of having like one of those right now, but
always into something, giving life to new creations. Try to put some goods on each and every frustration. Wait patient for the chance to go big. Want to put the O2 London at the venue for my next gig. Dreams, kid, I hold them close to my heart. That's why I never ever doubt that someday I'll go large. Fight for the dream, yo, fight for the passion. If you want something
We're in this together, brother.
Make it happen. No answer for us. We breathe fucking underground. Gonna break through with this northwest sound. No matter where you come from, stand up tall. You wanna march high, or you wanna just crawl? You gotta fight for the dream, yo, fight for the passion. If you want something bad enough, then fight to make it happen.
I think I finished the game I was playing a good hour ago, and I've just been struggling like fuck to think of things to do. And my stream has been dead all night. It's been so dead. So I've literally just been fucking playing music and shouting into the void. I just listened to that game song, the Black Slim Shady, for the first time, and it was on my radar obviously from the second I heard about it, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be terrible. And you know what? 10 minutes and change later, I mean, he tried, didn't he? Has anyone else got bars on this? I was going to skip ahead, but I think I'm probably going to get a repetition on the chorus now.
Fight for the dream, yo, fight for the passion. If you want something bad enough, then fight to make it happen. No answer for us, we breathe fucking underground. Gonna break through with this northwest sound. No matter where you come from, stand up tall. You wanna march high or do you wanna just crawl? You gotta fight for the dream, yo, fight for the passion. If you want something bad enough, then fight to make it happen.
I'm about to not have beer, which is awful. You should get a beer. But I have whiskey, bitch. 2 seconds, I'm just gonna leave this place.
Fight for the dream, yo, fight for the passion. If you want something bad enough, then fight to make it happen. No answer for us, we breathe fucking underground. Gonna break through with this northwest sound. No matter where you come from, stand up tall.
I don't even drink whiskey, I fucking hate whiskey, but I've got whiskey because one of Sam's friends bought whiskey at the shop at the end of the road months ago. So when I run out of beer, this is kind of what I go to. She bought the whiskey and they left in my house and said, you can have that. Cheers out. American beer, what you call piss water. Well, it depends. It depends entirely on what the beer is, to be fair.
Fight for the passion. If you want something bad enough, then fight to make it happen.
This is quite a fun song. It's a very positive vibe. Talking about struggles and shit. It's not one of our beats. This was a beat that was... That fade out is awful. This fucking fade out is shit. Wow. That beat was given to me by a loose associate of ours by the name of CTM. He'd found it somewhere and was like, "Hey, can you write some shit to this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I did. There was a night probably about 10 years ago where CTN just spent the whole night sending me beats and saying, "Can you write something for me for this?" I ghost wrote about 20 songs that night. It was outrageous. Not sure how many of them ever got recorded, but that was a thing. Beer and brown liquor is all I'll drink. Clear and tequila doesn't agree with me. I used to be a brandy guy. That's probably from my association with hip-hop. Like Hennessy, that was the go-to because, you know, that's what Dre used to rap about. I always, like, sort of disagreed with Cavassier. Then Busta Rhymes made a song about Cavassier, and I was like, I like Dre more than you, though. So I never really got into Cavassier. Until years later, where I very much got into Cavassier. But one of my favourite things that I ever got was a Christmas present. This coming Christmas, it'll have been 2 years ago, I got a bottle of Hennessy XO, the super fancy one, the super expensive one, like fancy bottle in a box. Oh, that was some fucking good shit. That was some good shit. Me and one of my old friends from Manchester, we put that in. We put that to bed for the last time earlier this year, so it lasted me a good year and change, because you don't waste a proper brandy. But rum seems to be a choice these days. We've got shitloads of different rums because it became popular, and Sam, my wife, got very, very infatuated with rum. I've always been a big fan of Kraken. Not always, actually. I remember when I was first given... My first Kraken was given to me by Krusty, you know, my heterosexual life partner, my fellow rapper. There he is, back in the day with his dreadlocks. He introduced me to Kraken on a boating extravaganza. Boating trip with his then housemate Ian, and I didn't really get it at the time, but then years later we had a hell of a night on Kraken. We played Until Dawn. It's on our YouTube channel, naturally. We got twatted and it was great, and I fucking love Kraken. In fact, during the first lockdown, I think D-Day was coming up. It was some reason to have street parties or something, but it was locked down, so you weren't allowed them. But people in my street decided to have one anyway, and I was like, you're all the problem. So I stayed inside and I drank a bottle and a half of Kraken in an evening. It was fantastic. I wrote some great songs. You're a fan of Scotch, preferably single malt on the rocks, 4 cubes. I bet, see, now Krusty's a big fan of Scotch. Me, not so much. I prefer, I go bourbon over Scotch. Like my first brown liquor love before brandy got involved was bourbon. So Jack Daniels naturally was the first go-to when I was a youth and inexperienced. But what are some of the good ones? Bullet's pretty good. I can't remember. Jim Beam, obviously, with all the variants that come with that. Jack's had a few variants these days as well. Knob Creek. There's some good shit. There's some good shit out there. But it occurs to me, you're here, you bought my discography, and I've got a lot of songs that generally I get bored of playing for my normal people that come through because they've heard them 1,000 times before, but they're not fucking released. You might fucking appreciate them then. Macallan, I've never even heard of that. I don't think. I need to find this one song of mine. The one that I wrote when I was, one of the songs that I wrote while I was a bottle and a half deep in Kraken. The difference with this song is I actually recorded this on the night that I drunk a bottle and a half of Kraken. It was only me in the house. I didn't give a shit about volumes and shit. Everyone was out there doing partying, and when they come back, they were fucking going to sleep and shit. I just fucking thought, fuck it. I'm just gonna get the fuck involved with myself. Not like that. It was a good time. I just need to find the fucker. I think it's on this record. It's a song called Party in the Rain. I've got cover art for it and everything. The only thing missing is a proper chorus, which was supposed to be done by a female vocalist called Nicole, who is in a band called Dirty Vertebrae. And they tie in with what I was just saying earlier. I'm not sure if you were here when I was chatting on about this. I had a Facebook notification earlier, Facebook memories, saying that Ash P, rapper friend of mine, done many songs with him over the years. He'd posted on my wall on Facebook, check your WhatsApp. There's a gig offer for you. and that was 8 years ago, and that's the last gig that the Bears ever played. The poster is attached to my wall, literally there. It was Wednesday the 15th of October, 8 years ago. So what would that have been? 2016? Is that maths? That's not maths. 2014? 2014. No, 2016. That's maths. Yeah, 2016 is maths. My last gig was in 2016. Anyway, this is the cover art. That was the art for the single. Yeah, Ash asked me to play the show, and I was like, mate, I can't play that show. I literally can't play that show. I've not checked my diary. I just know I can't play that show. And the reason I couldn't play that show is because it was the 15th of October is the that year, 2016, was the 10-year anniversary of my mum's death. I was like, there is no way I'll be able to play that show because my dad's definitely going to want to do something and all that shit. But I was having a pint with my dad at the time after work, some point in the afternoon. I was like, Ash has offered me this gig, I'm not going to play it. And he was like, why aren't you going to play it? I was like, well, because it's on the 15th and his mum's 10-year anniversary. And he was like, so why don't you play the show? I was like, because of the reasons. And he's like, play the show. And I was like, I'll play the fucking show then, Dad. so I drove us there. Me and Krusty did some rash rehearsals. We played the show, and then my dad drove us home. We got paid. It's the only paid gig we've ever had as well. We've done many shows. It's the only one we ever got paid for. Krusty split the money up evenly because he was the one that they handed the money to. And I was like, yeah, but my dad wants fuel money. He was like, oh, so you want more? I was like, yeah. It was a very sad state of affairs. But yeah, this was the cover art for the track that I will now play you. If I can actually get it to play. Which mix is the one I want? Second mix, presumably, as opposed to first mix. I'm probably going to get told off for copyright on this because I don't actually own the beat. No, I do own the beat. I bought a license for this beat. Fuck you, Shadow Phil. Yeah, he is. Tell me how dirty I am, huh? Coming outside, I don't care that it's raining. I got hot dogs, balloons, even some ice cream. Party over here, fuck them over there. I'll cover that after the song. Motherfuckers with judgmental stares. Who the fuck are you to be fucking judging me? I'll be straight over there, check your browser history. Clicky little thingy accepting the cookies. Funny you'll take them here, but no one offered by me. Dig a little deeper now, what's this about? Oh, you've got a guest list over at the townhouse? No, that's cool. I've got friends who indulge, so maybe lead me to my party and I'll leave you to your balls. I got a castle made of bounce that needs my full attention. Get the timing right and I can make my ascension. Party in the clouds where the rain's coming from. Party at my place, bring your own Wellingtons. So this is where the chorus is supposed to be, obviously. I've still got some of that going on, but that's not the chorus. Again, I wrote this a bottle and a half cracking deep and recorded it that way. And mixed most of it at the same time as well. Just give it to me, Lionel. The earthworm speaks. Swear it's the truth. No, never told me. The drugs are not your man's forte. I get riled up, wild up, drinking double IPA. And hey, you wanna try the ring toss? Everyone's a winner, baby, unless you've lost. This is my carnival of madness out here in the clouds. Don't nobody needs sunshine when you've got a moist ground. Come splash muddy puddles, the joys of your youth, before you became an adult and the fun went poof. The merry go car, lost in your newfound S&M fun. You be putting on the latex and acting the horse. You got the missus on your back yelling yippee-ki-yay. But I'm not the one to lay down the judgment. I got my own fun house right out the back, son. So the whole concept of the song is, I don't know, there's some like big carnival going on in someone's backyard, and people are into S&M. I just think I just really like the song, it's just fun. Hey, Trev! course you did. Why not?
Everybody's got vices.
Don't act for one motherfucking second like you don't. Come on, motherfucker, as I motherfucking say that. Honk indeed. Same t-shirt as yesterday. I'm not a filthy bastard. I put the t-shirt on as soon as I started, well, just before I started streaming yesterday. I streamed for an hour, and I took it off and went to bed. So this has had an hour's wear before I put it on today. It's clean. Anyway, that's a song that I really fucking love. So Swish, I hope you enjoyed that one. To answer your question, let's get some beats in the background if I'm going to start talking about my history with hip-hop. Yes. Page not... what? Trevor's now texting me. What the fuck? Right, so I'm just trying to open Winamp, and it said there's a final update. Like, really? I thought Winamp died years ago. So I followed the link, and yeah, 404 error. All right. Well, can I just have Winamp anyway? Yes, I can. Superb. Okay. Where are my beats? This is basically a beat record anyway. Let's play some of the ones that aren't finished. So we've actually got beats. This. I will check. Right, I've got beats going now. I feel much better with beats going. That is a lot of fucking diecast, mate. How much you spend on that shit, you fucking lunatic? What are you gonna do? Stick them to your wall? That's what Mike did. He had very much the same thing going on, but shitloads, and then one day all the kids just went, we're gonna open all of these, and he was the saddest I've ever seen him. Anyway, Swish, you still about? Because I will answer your question now, if you are indeed still about. I understand you're having a rough day, probably getting the smoke on, maybe finding that beer. Or the brown liquor. Eating fajitas, fantastic. Okay, so I was no stranger to hip-hop growing up, but only through super mainstream shit. So I'm talking MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. So I knew hip-hop, and I enjoyed the sounds that hip-hop was making. I wasn't familiar with like the proper shit that was going on at the same time, like Rakim and shit, you know. I knew what was commercialized. That old MC Hammer cartoon with the talking shoes, remember that? That was a jam. Years go by, hip-hop doesn't really affect me too much until I start becoming a teenager, where it started to become prevalent in my life again. I had a friend. Trev knows him. Well, from seeing him. One of my greatest friends from years past. Cully. Now, I've moved all over the country. When I got here to this current place, I've lived here for what? A good over 20 years, in fact. At this point. Let's get some whiskey. Probably should put that in first, actually. We're only having a slight touch. We used to leave the high school lunchtime. We'd walk around. We'd go to a local library and just hang out there for whatever reason. And my guy started kicking rhymes. Terrible rhymes. He had no sense of timing. There was no flow. But that didn't stop me from thinking, you want to do some rhymes? We should record those rhymes. So we did. Using whatever PC I had at the time. With...
I dig blues music.
We are talking about music.
I like
Peppa Pig.
Fred's music. I like Green's music. We don't like children's music.
You shouldn't like children's music.
No. What music are you into? I like this. It's very grown up.
It's on random. It's a shame it should have gone into something else, but that's fine. Okay, mate, my girls are here, so peace out. Did we have a NASCAR diecast and $20 I paid? $20, that's not bad for a shitload. I don't think he had NASCAR. Well, he might have, I don't know. Anyway, so with whatever PC I had at the time and a PC microphone, remember the old ones that were on sticks? Terrible ones? And no pop shield, we sat down and we wrote, we recorded an album. Some of them were like 3-minute skit tracks. And songs are a strong word, but we made a thing. We made a thing together. And shortly after that, I decided we would make another thing. And I'd started to write at this point, actually try and write things properly. So there are some songs on the second record that make a bit more sense and have some better flow to them because I was trying to work shit out then and I was writing for him. Third album came, and that's probably the best one of the lot. Though we did cover Forgot About Dre, and I think there was another Dre and Eminem song that we covered as well. In fact, we did. We covered Forgot About Dre, we called it Forgot About Jay. And we covered Guilty Conscience. Live, laugh, starfish. Safe, mate. Have a good time. Around about the same time with the third record, I thought I could probably do this on my own. So I started writing my own singles. I'm not sure I still have them because the hard drive that I had all my music on died about fucking 6 years ago. Which is tragic. That being said, they might be somewhere, not as MP3s. The thing is, right, the internet was early then, like YouTube didn't exist. The concept of putting an MP3 onto a website was foreign. There wasn't the space for that, so we were saving them as real audio files. So it was awful. I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, so rap hip hop was always around me. Old school Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's always fresh for me. NWA and Pac though, Biggie, Nas. Yeah, I'll give you. Alright. Southside, surely Ludacris should be involved then, right? I remember a friend of mine in college was like, hey, I got this dude from a record guy I know, it's brand new, it's not even out. And he played word of mouth, and that's how I got into Ludacris. I wish that fucking Ludacris still made music. That being said, anything after... Actually, no. After Chicken and Beer, it all went a bit shit, didn't it? Talking when he was white t-shirt, 14-year-old Wayne. Okay, fair enough. Oh, God, I'm just desperately trying to think, where the fuck would my old as fuck rhymes be? Because then... Wait. I did pull some shit at some point. Where? I'll try a website actually. I'm familiar with the name, not necessarily familiar with the work. No, yes, right. Right. Okay, so not all of my old music has survived, but the song that I wrote a few songs. One of them was called Debut. I made all my beats on fucking EJ at the time. Do you remember EJ? That software thing that you could get on the PC back in the early noughties. I made all my beats with the samples that were in that until I learned how to make beats properly. And the first one that I thought would be a single, I thought I'll do one with Cully, because obviously Cully's been the rapper up until this point. And I wrote every single word for the whole thing because Cully was shit at writing. When he writes his own stuff, it's interesting, and then I have to fix it. Unless I don't fix it and I just leave it to be hilarious. But Right, yeah. I'm sure you'd love the beats he gets. Probably wouldn't care for his flow too much. Okay, well, that's something we could potentially check out. What I will play for you now is my first ever single. And I promise you, it's going to be awful. I would have been 17 at the time, maybe 18. Maybe even later, maybe 19. But where was I living at the time? Right, okay. I think I probably would have been 18. Because I'm remembering where we actually tried. There was a cover. I designed a cover for the single, and we were both. It was me and Cully sat in these big ass fucking armchairs, these huge ass armchairs, sort of kind of looking at each other like meh. But that was my first experience with like Photoshop and shit, because there was only one armchair, so we had to face it one way, one of us sitting in it, and then face it the other way, him sitting in it, and I had to put it together. And I remember what room that was in, so I'm going to guess I was 18 at the time. And this song, I promise you, is going to be fucking terrible. I can't believe I'm going to play this. I'm really scared. Don't judge me, it was 20 years ago. I didn't know what I was doing. I was finding myself. My fucking accent in this is really weird as well.
I came to bring the pain. I'm hardcore to the brain. I'm putting Method Man to shame.
You're not putting Method Man to shame, you idiot.
Twice. There's no reason I shouldn't use them, right? But with that part done, I'm gonna move on.
There's no overdubs. There's no compression.
So with that shit
we're still recording through a PC mic. We don't have one of these at this point.
Instead. Right, I've got some lyrics, they're ready to go. You're gonna be astounded when I let them blow.
We just get on with it.
Hey, hold up, mate. I'm trying to get them ready, not much longer to wait.
We'll get a move on, there's only 2 bars left.
Would you shut up? I'm starting to stress.
Look, I'm bored, I'm full of rigor mortis.
You can hear the fucking audio going on in the background from when Cully's doing his bars, because he did it quieter, so I had to turn it up, and we didn't know what compression was. We didn't even have access to compression.
Somebody must have entered me and dimmed the lights. My mind's a blank, let me be frank. I've lost the power to outflank. Fuck! What should I do? I've got no clue what should come next. Help me, dude.
We should have put Jay on
so this
from
is
the start. Instead it was me, and I'm not that smart. Now I've been doing this shit for the last 4 years. Pouring out my blood, my sweat and my tears. I haven't got a penny, and I ain't got the time to do this shit, because I can't rhyme. Now I'm sitting in this chair with the mic in my hand, pretending to be cool like I've got my own
I can't have been
can't keep the beat or carry a tune, cause in my head I'm Frank the Baboon. And I'm writing down some lyrics for this here song, but you know, like the rest, it'll come out wrong. I'm trying to be a rapper, just like on TV. I don't drink 40s, I just drink tea. And this right here is the end of my part. Now I'm leaving the studio cause I have to depart, cause I can't think of shit to say. There ain't no way this should be happening to me today. Cause if I can't write, then this album's got to shine. Somebody must have entered me, dimming the lights. My mind's a blank, let me be frank. I've lost the power to outflank. Fuck. What should I do? I've got no clue. What should come next? Help me.
Right, oddly clear.
Trying to get into fucking rap on beat with a nightmare.
Ready to infiltrate. With some cool lyrics, I'll demonstrate my ability to wow and dominate. But now, unfortunately, the song has no meaning, as you can see. It makes no sense in reality to say shit like idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy? What the fuck does that mean?
Well, give us a sec and I'll explain it to you.
God.
Idiosyncrasy, noun, a peculiarity of physical or mental constitution or temperament.
It's a thing I did.
Characteristic belonging to and distinguishing an individual. Characteristic susceptibility. Idiocracy, eccentricity.
Ah.
Right. With that out of the way, I'll continue this rhyme of disarray. I swear I'll end it, come what may, or I'll die trying. I'll pass an ashtray.
Right, there you go. I'll finish this off.
Fuck it, mate. I'll just do the fucking chorus. Cause I can't think of shit to say. There ain't no way it should be happening to me today. Cause if I can't write, then this
I had no
album's
confidence in my voice at the time either.
In the lights. My mind's a blank, let me be frank. I've lost the power to outflank. Fuck! What should I do? I've got no clue what should come next.
End it, dude.
Fucking hell. Right, so that was a good 20 years ago, in theory. I'm not sure, because he said 4 years there, which implies I was 20. So, 17 years ago? Either way, it's a long time. Now, what I'm going to hope here for, maybe, possibly, I'll play you a Dr. Dre dub. When we say dub in the Gracious Bears camp, we mean we're nicking someone else's instrumental. So we're nicking Dre's instrumental to do this one. This is a song it's a solo song for me. It was written and recorded for the most part about 10 years ago. Though Cully and I think Krusty finally got to it in 2019, so their parts are like 3 years old. But Cully sounds a lot better in this one, and the production is a lot better because I kind of know what I'm doing now with compressors and shit. Let's see what happens here. Again, another song that falls to the wayside because there is no chorus. But if you know the Dre and M song, Give me a doctor, something like that. I'm sure that the Twitch algorithm has already picked up on the fact that I'm playing this song and has probably muted me. But hopefully not. If I keep talking, it'll be fine. Come on, just keep talking until the bars, and here are the bars.
My motherfucker, where you been? Feels like I haven't seen you for years. I miss you by my side, man. I'm trying to fight these tears. Funny motherfucker, you were always the one for comedy. I was sick and didn't know it.
This is me writing about
the remedy, being silly in the library. That was the beginning for us. I miss the days when I could turn to you and call you brother. The simple fact is that without you, I'd be going nowhere. Without you at the start, there would be no fucking Gracious Bears. It's a crazy thought to think, but it's true. We all know it is. I want you to come back and help me out one more time with this. I know back in the day, it was me with a pen in the pad. You were never really feeling it. That shit just made you mad. 3 albums deep and still rhyme. Seems I was driving though, and you were the passenger. We went our separate ways, and you made a life happen. But I'm asking one last time for you to come and make my dreams come true. Bless me with your vocals, man. I need you in this fucking booth, 'cause...
And no chorus. Oh, I'm getting a bit of a shiver listening to this. It's been real. So the concept of this song is me talking to Cully because he's the reason that I started rapping, which is why we got here, because you asked. And then the next verse I talk to Krusty because he's the one I connected with, and we actually made this thing a thing.
So next on my list is a guy that hasn't left since I started. I just asked him for a verse and he stepped up like he depended on. It's crazy where we've been and it's crazy where we've come from. You're always in my mind. Whenever I write me a fucking song to fuck Slug and fuck Ollie. I love them but it's you I need. I swear to fucking God, man, without you I couldn't even breathe. The fuck you think it is? I've got you tatted on my arm. You know everything about me like my tales from when I self-harm. You're the brother that I never had. I love you like my own. Just look at our history. Just look at how we've grown. It's fucking crazy. Remember back in Trinity, we started writing then. 15 years later, and we're making fucking gems. Don't even know what to write. There's no one word that can express just how much it means to me. You make me see that I'm not worth it. Yes, it's in the booth, telling people all our shrews. But as long as we're together, we can never ever fucking lose. But
you can see that I've kind of found my voice at this point, can't you? Vocals definitely need to be louder though. Obviously, having stuff like this is good because you can see how far you've come. Yeah, exactly. Case in point. Case in fucking point, right? So now we get the reply bars. We get a verse that has Cully and Krusty in it. Eventually. The quality of the instrumental is absolutely awful. You can hear all the artifacting going on. But it's the best I can do. Hard to get studio quality fucking instrumentals. I'm amazed this one even fucking leaks out.
So it's been a couple years since you wrote that verse. We're back in business, Crazy J, the 6 ages are changed. It may have hurt back then, but 8 years have passed. New adventures on horizons that are yet to be blessed. But my friend, I gotta say that I never once knew that when we started this in school, it's something you would still do. Some 20 years later, it's amazing to see. You keep it going with this, brother, Mr. K to the G.
You sprung this one on me, mate. I haven't written rhymes for a couple years. Nothing that I felt was relevant till you played me this. A tribute to our formative years and all that future hustle, high school and beyond. Who'd have thought where it would take us? Week by week, we were nowhere near our prime. clowning in the library and adventure out of time. I've not got a tattoo of you and my memory's a little rusty, but I do remember back in the day when I got the name Crud, you were there with a couple others, but you were clearly the standout, the single fucking head in a massive fucking crowd. Two dumb-looking kids in our bright red school jumpers. Who'd have known 20 years later we'd redefine the word brother? Like you said before, we're like the ones we never had. Always used to think as a kid I'm an only child and it made me mad, but there must have been a purpose, cause our future was already there, ready for discovery as the lifelong gracious bear forever.
Oh, that's a fucking good verse. I have videos of me as a kid playing basic scales on piano and fucking everything up. It's funny to think about when I can sit down and play Debussy. Really? Fuck, man. I can't play for shit. No, I'm doing myself a disservice. I can play. Like piano, I mean. I play by ear, though. I can't read music. I've never been able to read music. It's a completely foreign language. I remember going to piano lessons when I was a kid, doing the scales and shit, and then having the sheet music in front of me to try and learn, and I was like, nope, this is not for me. I can't do this. But I can play some shit at the risk of getting shut down. Oh god, they've got about 1 billion songs. What the fuck's it called? It's not Endlessly. I kind of want to go. It's Rule by Secrecy. Rule by Secrecy. Right, it's a Muse song. I fucking love Muse. It's tattoo. This at least I can guarantee. This tattoo is 20 years old. I can guarantee that. I got that when I was 17. I'm 37 now. I know this. This is how maths works. But I can play this. Oh, YouTube, you son of a bitch. Right, check this out. Oh no, it's doing it now. I can play this. The whole... I'm shit. Like, I can do all the arpeggios and shit here. This is easy. My left hand is really difficult, but I can do this. I got 10 years on you. Always attracting the youths to these damn streams. What's it like being born in the 90s? God damn it. All my favourite music came out before you were born. Like, I probably should have gone for an instrumental version of this. We'd be less likely to get fucked. All of this is going, I can do this. There's likely a lot of fuck-ups, but I can do this. Oh, my favourite music did too, for fuck's sake. Let's skip on to where it gets exciting. This bit, I can do this too. Since I last tried, but I used to be able to do that. I know it's not particularly difficult for someone that knows how to play piano, but for me, this is quite a fucking achievement. Anyway, I'm gonna shut that down before we get in any more trouble than we probably already are. I love 80s hip-hop, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, Eric B. and Rakim. I'm reading a book right now called Check the Technique. It's a history on the first albums of really important people in hip-hop. And I literally just read today the section on Eric B. and Rakim. And he loved disco. Fantastic. I don't have any disco songs, I'm afraid. I've got some more bullshit, though. I definitely have some more bullshit. What other shit have we not released? Excuse me. Hang Up the Mic. That's a song. That's a song that I've got, which is a dub of a Cunning Linguists song. Because I heard the beat and I was like, this is my favourite thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Because I love hip-hop, and I also love classical music. So this was a straight up got to do a thing to this. But again, me and Krusty recorded it dead in the middle of this room when there was nothing in here. So like the room sound, the echo and shit is awful. Everything that we did for this record needs to be redone, basically, because it sounds like shit. I've got a booth in the corner. You can just about see it. There it is. You see the black and the red panels. You can just about make out the triangle shapes. There's a booth in the corner. I was unfortunately born into the depressing grunge era. Everyone wanted to be edgy. No, you had Nirvana, man. You had Nirvana. I only know a few Nirvana songs, but I appreciate them. I mean, at the very least, we got Dave Grohl from Nirvana, right? And he is an absolute guy. Fucking love Dave Grohl. Anyway, here's a song. It's called Hang Up the Mic. Because we're old now. How do I feel about punk rock like Rage Against the Machine? Fucking love it. Let me pause that real quick. I went to see Muse at their last stadium tour before COVID hit. I saw them in Manchester at the Etihad, which is the Manchester City football ground. It was me, my wife, my good friend Adam, who appears in the streams as a character called Baggy, and his friend Owen. And we just had a fucking ball. It was fantastic. Why am I mentioning this? Because I just carry on to say Dave Chappelle, because I know that Dave Chappelle did some shit with Foo Fighters recently, and that's all that's in my head. And Dave Chappelle and Foo Fighters are not relevant to this. It's come on, brain. Fuck me. He was literally in a bar that I go to in Manchester the night before. There's a selfie from someone that I know with him. God, what's his name? The Rage guitarist. Please put me out of my misery. Hopefully I can remember before you type. It doesn't look likely. More whiskey. Every time my brain goes, oh, it's this guy. Another part of my brain goes, Dave Grohl. No, we've done talking about Dave Grohl. It's not him. It's, and then it fucking shuts me down. Tom Morello. Tom Morello, yes. Tom Morello opened for Muse that night, and he was playing his own shit. He was playing Rage shit. He was playing that group that he has with Public Enemy. Is it Public Enemy? I think it's Public Enemy. The mad rap rock thing that he's got. It's like a combination of the two names of Rage Against the Machine and Public Enemy, but it implies the same sort of vicious fuck everything tone. He is a fucking beast, and he was. And my favourite thing about the seeing him play live was the moment that we're stood there in amongst the throng of people, and my wife says, "Wow, he's really good. He's playing those Rage Against the Machine songs brilliantly. Who is he?" And I was like, "Are you fucking shitting me?" Because she's no straight. She's a metalhead. She's a metalhead. She knows all this shit, but she didn't realise that she was watching the man, the actual man. She hadn't cottoned onto it whatsoever. Oh, silly. Look, let me show you something real quick. So, like I said, Tom Morello opened for Muse. And then during one of their songs from... it's a song that I don't particularly like. There's some weird shit that goes on. But then Tom Morello came back. It's Tom Morello, there he is. And then him and Matthew Bellamy just fucking faced off doing guitar noises. Right, at this point, I am... Where am I? I'm around here in the crowd. This is where me and my crew were. So I think they're maybe around here. Somewhere around Bellamy's crotch area. This is where me and my crew were. I mean, genuinely, when are you ever gonna see this? One day is a line, it's Zach and Tom from Rage and 2 other guys doing music similar to Rage. No, I've never heard that. I've never heard that. But it is now on my radar, so I need to check it out. That's some shit that I saw. I saw that with my eyes. My eyes, they were there. In that place to see that happen. It was fucking brilliant. I love Muse. Tom Morello is fucking dope. He's an absolute fucking legend. To see that in front of me, that's the only time that happened. Ever. I was there for that. I filmed it. There are some videos somewhere around the computer that I filmed of that as well, and the wife as well. But I mean, why desperately search through the computer archives to find that when there's a nicely edited one with beautiful shots? You know what I mean? Anyway, to continue the story that you initially asked about, what got me into hip hop? So we got as far as Cully did some bars, and then I did some bars. So to continue, how we got to the Gracious Bears, which is obviously where the hip hop sort of got fucking serious. What happened? Well, funnily enough, it comes down to script writing. I wrote a movie called MC Cully the Movie. It was a really good film, in my head at least. I wrote it all out. I soundtracked it and everything. Like I found songs, West, East Coast, 90s shit. It was proper soundtracked. I did this shit well. I knew where every song should be, like, for every specific scene. Everything was... I can't remember what it was about, but I remember that it was good. And that we recorded me, Cully, and one of Cully's alter egos together recorded. I wrote everything, obviously. At this point, I'd realised I'm the writer. We did the whole thing. Then I wrote a sequel movie, even though the first movie had never been filmed. Which was... I don't remember the plot of the first movie whatsoever. I only remember there was one scene where a girl was like coming towards him, like his girlfriend. She was pissed off. That's the only thing I remember. The second movie I remember, it was meant to be hip-hop fans versus goths. For whatever reason. There was meant to be this... I wrote this scene as if we'd actually ever be able to pull it off. Like a bunch of people coming together for a big scrap on a beach. And then that passed. And we started doing a Goosebumps just from watching the video. I know, mate, I was there. It was fucking incredible. Then we started doing a sketch show called Random Nation. But it wasn't necessarily just like simple daft sketches. It was like feature length sketches. Like, here's a show, now we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to intermix it with some it's like, imagine Monty Python. It was kind of Monty Python-esque, but also like in the moment as well. So like we're being ourselves. We're not playing characters for some of it. Like, we're just being ourselves, doing things for like 20-30 minutes, and then we'll cut it in with something where we are playing characters. And that was Random Nation. And then one of the fundamental members of Random Nation moved halfway across the country. So I started writing a film. Again, another movie that would never be filmed. All the scripts are lost now, tragically, due to various hard drive deaths and computer fuckeries. But we had the Random Nation movie, and by that point, Krusty had come back into my life. We should probably tell that story, shouldn't we? I met Krusty when I was 11 years old. Tiniest little splash. I know I've got to work in the morning. I met Krusty when I was 11 years old. Krusty, same as me, also 11 years old. Hi, I'm still here. Just need to get this Coke Zero out of the fridge. We met at a high school open day because we both had to. We both had to go to high school at some point, and we were sent to the same high school which was convenient for us to meet, by our parents. Somewhere right inside Manchester. All the other kids that had been sent to this high school for the open day were from the same school, so they all knew each other. Except for us, we were the only kids that had come from our respective primary schools. So we, as the loners, we got paired together. And from that moment, we became best mates. Honestly, it's incredibly lucky that when we actually went to the high school, we were put in the same form. Because imagine if we hadn't been. It would have been fucking weird. But then I ended up moving away from Manchester when I was probably... No, I know. I was 12 years old. I moved away from Manchester. I've been there just long enough to get into my third year of high school. But I moved away. And we kind of lost touch. Like, we saw each other once. We went to go and see a comedian together. Because we still had each other's home phone numbers. He called me up and said, do you want to go and see this comedy guy? I was like, absolutely, I fucking do. And that was like the last time we saw each other for a good 5 years. The first time we saw each other since then was my 18th birthday party. And then essentially we never left each other's side. Like, we'll go for a great amount of time without talking. By a great amount of time, I mean like a couple of weeks. But it's a great amount less than the fucking few years that we didn't talk. And during one of the lovely times he came over from Manchester to round the Wirral way to hang out, we came up with an idea. Sorry, I've not covered the Random Nation bit. Sorry, while I was doing the Random Nation movie, I made a song, and I asked everyone that was in Random Nation to be on the song. And Krusty was one of them. And I gave him the bars to do, and he was the only fucking one, literally the only one, outside of Carl. Carl was pretty good, actually. Krusty was the only one to absolutely fucking nail that shit. And I was like, okay, there's something here. So, again, we've come back together. He's around for my 18th birthday party. And then we're just hanging out. And we come up with an idea of doing a rap version of Spinal Tap. And we created a shitload of different characters. I can't remember all of them, but I can tell you that Soldier Whale was one of them. The Fresh Sponge was one of them. DJ Jazzy Jiff was one of them. And that's about all I can remember. But we started doing a documentary, and there was some video footage of that, and I'm so sad that that's gone, because that was, again, a dead hard drive with music from Mr. Bungle playing in the background as well. It was fucking ridiculous. It's like we lost our bassist because he fucking fucked up in a car, and there's a shot of him, of Krusty driving my car for some reason, just smashing it. No, it was the drummer, sorry. He had a pink wig. We brought the pink wig back much later for a different... Excuse me. We brought the pink wig back much later for a character that I play called Ghibli Tits Fat Jason. We'll get to him eventually too. But there's a shot of him driving, going around the road and then bunking up on the curb and going over this massive grassland and fucking spinning around and crashing and shit. Well, not crashing, obviously, because he was driving my car. He didn't crash into anything, but he, lost control, we'll say. It was a good time. But then one time we just sat together and we were like, shit, should we actually make some music? He was like, yeah. So we did. We sat together one night and we just wrote a whole EP. And we hadn't found ourselves at this point. We hadn't realised we're just straight up rappers. So we had a lot of, it was mainly rap, but there was like some guitar stuff too. Like guitar influence rap. And there was a whole track that was just ambient guitar. And then there was a jokes guitar song. And I don't have that fucking record. I'd love to play you that record, but I don't have it. So technically that was the OG Bears record. It was called Too Much to Bear, I think. I wanted to call it War Bears as a riff off Black Sabbath's War Pigs, but that didn't, no. So I think it was called Too Much to Bear. I love hearing origin stories. It's like a hero movie. Yeah, except the heroes are shit. so yeah, we did the thing, and then we actually started kind of taking it seriously. I'll show you. In fact, I'll show you. I'll show you where we started actually taking it seriously. If you check out the Bandcamp, which obviously you have, there's quite a lengthy information piece down there about when we started taking it seriously, because we played my first wedding. I mean, you probably could have told from the fact that I played some really shit hip hop at my first wedding that my first wedding was doomed to fail. I'm super glad that my first wedding failed, to be fair, because I ended up with my second wedding, which is the best wedding. And hilariously, I knew the wife I'm married to now before I knew the fucking shit that I married in the first place. But that's a completely different origin story that I'm not going to get into today. Let me find this shit. Now, should we go straight in with the show? I feel I'm tempted to do the rehearsal. Not the wedding rehearsal, I mean the show rehearsal for the wedding. I'm tempted to do that because that was arguably better than the actual wedding show. But at the same time, the wedding show had people that knew the words, namely my brother-in-law, my old former brother-in-law. I'm going to go with just the straight up show, if I can find it. I mean, I've put enough words into YouTube. It should be able to work it out, right? Christ. Well, it's giving me the playlist, which is frankly more than I deserve. Oh no, there it is. Episodes Throwback Thursday, episode 7, the first ever Gracious Gig, 2006. Right. Okay. It's 11 minutes and 30 seconds long. It's gonna blow your mind, not necessarily in a good way. But it's ready to go. Oh, calm down, son. I said it was ready to go, not let's go. Because I got a 10-101 before we get into this shit. You'll find, for an American, I'm more versed in UK culture than most. Okay. I appreciate that. I have a lot of friends that way. That's cool, because I also have a lot of friends your way. I've got friends in... Where the fuck are my friends? See, this is the sad things. I know where the people that I talk to on Facebook are. I never remember where Trev lives. And Trev is like, he's my go-to. He's the main moderator of the channel. And I have no fucking idea. I can't ever remember. Nittle as well. I think Missouri's involved. But I can tell you that I've got friends in Cleveland. I've got a friend also in Ohio, though not in Cleveland. I can't remember specifically where. I can tell you I've got a shitload of friends in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hard to remember 50 states than 4. Yeah. Right, I'm 10-101. I'll be back in probably 1 to 2 minutes. Hopefully less. We out here. Are we good? Why Minnesota? Well, because... Fuck me. There's so many stories. Jesus, it's so weird to fucking meet someone that wants to hear so much information. Well, I mean, like kind of all at once, because most of my viewers know all this shit anyway. Why Minnesota? Because that's where rhyme sayers are. Rhyme sayers are my favourite, well, they were my favourite. That's a whole nother story. They're my favourite independent hip-hop label. They're the biggest independent hip-hop label on the face of the earth, next to Strange Music. I've got the tattoo here. That's the Rhyme Sayers logo right there. I love Rhyme Sayers. Because they were hugely influential on my hip-hop coming of age. That's the way I'll put it. My coming of age for hip-hop. When I started to like move away from listening to the gangster shit and getting into conscious rap because of a guy called Jalport. Now, I'm assuming maybe at this point you've not gotten around to the Dubniverse 1.5 record that you now own. Thank you very much, by the way. But there's a bonus track on there, which is an interview I did with a dude called Jalport for his podcast series. And I'm pretty sure I go into that shit there. Because it was Jalport that introduced me to Atmosphere in the first place. When I first heard it, I didn't really get it. And I put it on the back burner. I had the CD, it was in my car. Honestly, a couple of years went past, it was still in the car, and I just thought one day, popped it in, and I was like, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh shit, I get this now. And yeah, it legitimately changed my fucking life. It changed my life. Because I've been listening to gangster shit for so long, and suddenly this guy just talking about fucking real life shit. I was like, oh my god, this makes so much more sense. I loved it. So, Rhymesayers are based in Minnesota. And I started to gravitate towards musicians from that area. And I listened to a song by Musab called 1-2. And the beat was very similar to an Atmosphere song called God Loves Ugly, which I fucking love. So I tried to see if I could find the instrumental for it, and surprisingly, being as it is such an indie track, it was there, it was ready, it was available. I bought the instrumental and I recorded God Loves Ugly Part 2. I wrote a song that I thought was a sequel to God Loves Ugly. Obviously, I checked out who produced it, and it turns out it was produced by a guy called Big Jess. So I found Big Jess on Facebook. I'm very good at finding musicians on Facebook, and I will add them and hope for the best. Big Jess accepted the friendship request, and me and Big Jess started talking. And Big Jess is arguably one of my favourite people on the face of the planet. He is just such a lovely person. He's out there, you know. Some music is like that, though. You don't get it till you get it. Precisely. So I ended up connecting with a lot of people around that way. I was into Greaves, who was signed to Rhymesayers. I found out he had a group at one point called Illegitimate Children with a guy called the MC Type. And I listened to some of Type's music, and there were some songs that I really liked from him, and it turned out they were produced by a guy called Jared, that represented his own production company. It's only him, but it's called West End Productions. Guess where it's based? Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I added Jared on Facebook as well. And remember that Christmas song that you liked, Elf on the Shelf? He has a group. He's the producer. The other guy's the rapper. They're called Early Birds. Jared's the producer. Capacity is the rapper. That's how I found Capacity to ask him to be on that song. Again, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's ridiculous. I'm embarrassed to say what my tattoo says there. Oh, you've got one, have you? Look, we've all got embarrassing tattoos. I mean, to be fair, I've been laughed at from the second I got my Muse tattoo. So I've had so many women that I've been with tattooed on me. I've dealt with all of them, obviously. We all make mistakes in tattooing. We all do it. Except for my mum, who knew what she wanted, and that's what she got. And my dad, who knew what he wanted, and that's what he got. Okay, maybe it's this generation that fucks up. Oof, indeed. Anyway, so this is the seminal gig of the Bears. We're dressed in our wedding finery. It's the first thing we ever did. It doesn't necessarily go to plan, but it's out there. Hurts Worse coming off. I mean, that laser treatment is awful. I've only had to have lasers for my ex-wife's name. because it was on my ring finger, and I didn't really need that shit when when I was getting married to my new. Well, not new anymore. We've been together for years, but didn't need it.
This is where it all goes horribly wrong, just so that everybody knows.
I see her all the time. We have a son together.
Terrifying moment. Can we dim the lights again, please? We need the atmosphere.
Look, there he is with the dreads.
Where are the lights up?
Obviously, you know what I look like now. Obviously, not like that. I'm bald with a better beard. Krusty is also shaven of head with a huge beard. 2008, man. Crazy. No. Not 2008, 2006. See, it says 2006.
Yeah, whatever. Quality. Right, it's gonna get a bit dodgy.
A bit gracious.
A little bit gracious. Possibly crude.
No swearing.
Well, yeah.
No swearing.
That's my father-in-law at the time shouting no swearing because his mum was there and she would not appreciate it. We didn't listen.
What? We're white and British. What's your point?
It's the intro tape, which is actually Fozzy, which is Chris Jericho from the wrestling, that's his band. It's the intro to the second album, but we're just shouting Gracious Bears on it.
So it goes on for about a minute. Bit Red Bull rejuvenation.
It's the first time I've ever been on the stage in my life that I had to ride outside of maybe 2 karaoke appearances.
Red Bull gives you bears.
I miss the 2000s so much, I know, right?
You like the Sinisters?
Most surreal side ever. Thanks for finishing off with Red Bull.
You know, it's funny, right? The DJ we had didn't have the microphones necessary, but I knew that the pub literally just around the corner was doing karaoke, so me and Krusty literally sprinted to the pub to go and borrow mics. That's how well put together this wedding was.
This is it now. You're terrifying.
With a Christmas tree on the stage.
Okay. I saw Kenny to the G that I had was bare cash, so he told me to come join him. He was out on the lash, so I left in a flash. I got in a cab, think about the first drink I'd reach out and grab, and then there was the lab, the place the whole day. Over till late, still serving us beer. The door's so deep, so I open it up. So I'm gonna come on and I'm on the fucking drop, and I couldn't give a fuck, cause I wanna get wasted. He's already busy, I was hesitating. He really is busy, and I wanna be too, so I next throw shots and a pint still a two. What's next to do? I think I've got a wine.
Different sound, different camera.
So I won't take my time, now my life's on the line. I think I'm on the brink, I think I wanna be sick. I've had too much to drink.
Take it down to Jamaica, take it down to Jamaica. Somebody in this house gonna get killed tonight. Down to Jamaica. I've got a big problem. The problem is this: every time I drink alcohol, I get pissed. Red wine, white wine. It doesn't matter right away. It won't be long before I'm pissing it away.
Keep the audio from the better camera at this point.
Got me quite crazy and I nearly got violent. The only thing stopping me from throwing abuse is the fact that I was vomiting all over my shoes. Never drank them since they make me unwell. If you offer me a jam, I'll run like hell. So nowadays I stick to more sensible triple like you.
This is a story about when our first get together. This was a reference to my 18th birthday. Nearly died that night. Legitimately, I'm not even joking.
Applause now! Come on, make it good! Thank you! Yeah, think it's over. Leave his bit. Honestly.
Not the story involving the countless filming this entirely. Let's not get into that one.
In his bed one morning, he was cozying and a snuggling said,
"Fuck this man, I've gotta do something!"
So he ups and leaves.
This is a story about someone that me and Krusty went to high school with.
So he decides to rob a bank, but the
He literally texted me today.
This is one of many things that really kind of bug him.
It's a play on it. We created a character around it.
But it stalls. So they open up the door and pull him to the floor. Pull his arms back and cuff him, after all it's the law. But when they roll him over and they see his pretty face, they have to let him go because it takes him out of place.
I'm the keeping gangster. Oh no.
Krusty fucking up his lines.
And let him walk free. He doesn't understand, after all, it's only Krusty.
He's a lovable gangster with great big courage. Can't associate.
It's funny because from that point on, we just made the joke that every live show we'll do, Krusty's going to fuck up something. And it was never Krusty. From this show on, it was always me that would forget something. Every single show we ever played, I fucked something up and Krusty had to fucking recover for me.
Crazy went broke to tame his throat. It was all tangled up and mashed into this.
done, his hair was not free, so he put on some jewellery, but looked like Mr. T. So when he came down the stairs, his family had to crawl. He started taking the piss by saying, so from his house he fled and headed to a club, where he could meet his homies and smoke on some bud. But once he arrived, the bouncers knocked him back because they were laughing at his style, which was completely whack. And once again, the tears began to flow, so they took pity on him and let the brother go. But once he got inside,
the brother-in-law knowing all the words. He's a solid guy, Daniel. And I've been watching this actually. He does like to check out the VODs when they come up to YouTube. Biggest supporter in back in the day was our Daniel. Barely make us out,
his gun is holstered, but still they laugh because it's pink upholstered.
How can he be a gangster? He's just so pretty.
But he wants to be feared within this city. But nobody cares because he's just not
gathered. I think he might have actually run across the bottom at one point. The song's called
But we all love crazy because we know in his soul he can never really hurt you with his little pistol. Seriously, if the guy came up, pointed a gun at you and said, stick him up, you just give him a cuddle. Cause he's just a tame bear. He's a lovable gangster with big fluffy hair. That's not what he wants. He wants to scare you, shoot you in the face, or stab you with a corkscrew. Instead, he's like a butterfly. He's soft and gentle, and you all
my ex-missus, Krusty's ex-missus, my ex-mother-in-law there, Colleen.
He's a lovable gangster with gangster flows, and everybody knows his hair's like a pillow. He's a lovable gangster. He can never be involved when he answers the door. He has fluffy slippers on. He's a lovable gangster. I'll say it one more time. People want to hug him, so they have to
Oh, this is where it gets street. About to get street.
I'm motherfucking named J-Cray with no fucking deal. You still young, you still a baby in the game. Now you wanna bring up my name, you wanna stop me, but still I rise. I'm a beast in the game, I can't be tamed.
Who is this?
Yeah, and I'ma switch up the flow, let you know. You're the fucking J-Cray-Z.
Oh!
Did he just say that?
I think he did.
I think he's going to be taken down.
You're going to have to take down. Who's this little punk ass?
This is where Daniel really comes into his own.
DeFeo, sorry mate.
Look at him.
Who the fuck is Murder B? Yes!
That's another story as well. I shut a motherfucker down so hard. He changed his name. And then I found him again and shut that cunt down as well.
Right, I'm back and I'm taking no shit. Least of all from that fucking Murder B bitch. I tried to teach you, but you just ain't learn. Just more shit tracks is all that you churn. Go say shit you don't know. Talk about my mum again. We'll go toe to toe. As for Collie, we know he's whack. That was the irony.
There's Collie, right?
What the fuck you want? If you ever had brain cells, the bad shit gone. Even Tim was better. So J-Cray-Z, what did you do? You rapped about sheep. I think that you're on some depressed kind of urge. You're into bestiality, or at least on the verge. Oh, fuck this shit. You're still a fucking dud. Key to the G.
Well, I've never met Murder, but I've heard he's a tit, embarrassing himself and others with his lack of wit, because decent rhymes just seem too hard for him.
Fun fact, this is the first song that I'd ever heard Krusty record at home, and then, like, the verses that he sent to me, I listened to them, and I nearly died laughing.
People want to hear you being a little bit bothered about some spotty little hermit bouncing around on stage.
Look at me, I'm going to be a crazy at the range.
Watch you on stage thinking around like a spastic. You're a fucking insult to the laws of nature. If you diss his mother again, I'll put a house in your brains in here and then go to pits. Serious rhymes.
Again, I'm back. So let's recap. Why the fuck did you say I jack off to Tupac and that I wanna be black? Man, that indicates I just wanna write rhymes that I can spit in your face. Shit is better than me. That shit wears off. What happened to Murder?
You killed me off.
Oh yeah, that's it. I remember now. I released that.
All the kids having a great time.
Gone for a while, you hit and lay low. Only to return as the mind of the Pharaoh. Shit, I was scared. I called a gracious bear. I said, can I come and hide with you and with Claire? Oh wait, that never happened. That was all just a dream. Not one of mine, one of yours to cream, as you do every night when you whack till it burns, and that sets the stage as Krusty returns.
Alright, stop with this now. It's time to relax. Have a sit down and pat ourselves on our backs. Stop the constant insults and make amends.
These kids have no idea what
So
they're
just be friends. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Nah.
For a minute, I forgot I was a gracious bear, and as a gracious bear, I took a note to stamp out shit rappers and jam their throats to make sure that they never again rhyme in the future. Save the next generation from the vocal torture.
Hi, Nat.
I made you the worst of the awful.
Why is it saying you're a fucking first-time jazzer? Yes.
You can laugh it away.
Yes, yes I am.
But you know you want to fuck my sexy ass person, so it's time to
to submit to a dildo rhymes. Just bend over. Stop! Pajama time.
We're just checking out our first ever gig.
Shits and giggles give you more time to think or at least finger twiddle. Hey, DeFeo, I said finger. Put it down, we don't need to see that. I swear to God, can you get any worse?
This is all in context.
When I'm trying to rehearse, man, that's fucked up. You've got issues.
I'd like to point out, my first ever gig was at my first wedding.
Whereas you're just not. But Jesus Christ, could you just
But this is an ongoing part of the conversation that's previously going on before you got
That's
here.
a 2-to-1 bet, a million to one. You could write a better rhyme. Surely you can do it at least one time. Maybe you can't. Better hang on the mic.
Why
You
does
can
it
always
say
say
that?
basically say that you're on strike, but at the end of the
You can't see, but it says first time chat to me. I know you're not first time chat. You've been here before. Yeah, Swish, to answer your question.
Thank you for putting up with that.
Continue answering your question.
Done the live set before. You've been very welcoming towards our dodgy, gracious ways. So thank you.
This is how the
Thank
Bears
you
got
very
into
much.
it.
Gracious Bears, out.
We were playing some fun songs. We did that show, and we were like, well, shit, people actually quite enjoyed that. So let's do it some more. So we did. It was mint. I'm not bad. I'm not bad. How are you? I'm not bad. How are you? Let's just go back and forth with I'm not bad for a while. What the fucking hell is Winamp doing these? No, Winamp, I'm not prepared for your fuckery. Don't try and bring it back. The old version was just fine as it was. So yeah, we did that show, and then we made The Rebirth, which hilariously came out after my first solo release. But the title track had already been recorded because The Rebirth, the song, not the EP, the song was on my initial release. And there's no video for it. I actually planned out a video. It was meant to have like some fucking dirty nun doing dancing and shit. I'd cast it and everything. Oh, a fucking subscription! Jesus Christ! Thank you very much, Nat. Love you. Here's my face. You can see it. I'm really close to you now. How you doing? Oh, we play. Yeah, we had a video. It was all planned out. It was meant to be like some hills and shit. Like this nun just doing sexy dancing, but as a nun, and probably getting more undressed as the video went on. It's the first ever song that we actually made consciously as Gracious Bears. Like the ones you just heard, they were always me featuring Krusty. The first song we ever consciously made as Gracious Bears was this one, which was the first beat that I ever heard that Krusty had produced. And you may hear the sample around supermarkets around Christmas time, certainly Sainsbury's, which I think is where he got the idea from, because he was working at Sainsbury's at the time. This was our debut. And that was the cover, like I mentioned earlier, with the Harry Potter font, because it just happened to be there when I was making the cover. Kev drew the art, our old mate Kev, but the Back-to-Back Bears, if I skip between them, there's me on the cover, there's me on my arm. Which way do I need to be? There's Krusty. Press the button. Krusty on the cover. Krusty on the arm. I'd never even met Kev at the time that I got those tattoos on. And when I eventually did meet him, he was like, I wish you'd let me do a better drawing of you two before you got it tattooed on you. Kev has done so many drawings of us at this point.
Here comes the rebirth.
But this is the OG Bear song. This is the first ever Bear song, technically. Officially as the Gracious Bears. with a completely original beat produced by Krusty.
Hey, K2Z here over one of my tracks. So sit back, relax, and unbutton your slacks. As my first word
it goes back to what I was saying a couple of hours ago. The struggle of being a duo rap team, where the traditional rap song is like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. What do you do with the third verse when there's two of you? Well, in this case, back to back. As I mentioned earlier. So the beat kind of breaks down and we just fucking yell into the void, continuing each other's spits. Each other's spits. I've never referred to a bar as spits before in my life. What's wrong with me? Swish, is this all making sense to you? I hope it is. That's not a weird paper effect on the cover either, it's because that's actually what it's drawn on.
It gives you a head rush listening to this.
Had a bit of metal guitar. We got there. We did do that shit later.
Just sit down and listen.
It's part of the deal. This is the last meal of rap terminology.
This is straight hip hop. Do you want to hear a more metal song? I've got a more metal song. That's what double OD's for.
Like old blood stains.
That's hard to remove.
Other guys came before us.
Now it's our turn to prove
just how we can move any crowd on earth.
Prepare yourself. Here comes the rebirth.
As the Twitch title suggests, I'm in DJ mode. I'm ready to do that shit. Music has changed so much since back then. It really has. But it's not really changed for us. We know what we like. So that's what we make. But if anyone gives a shit or not, it's never really crossed our minds. Except for one time that we did one song that we thought would be clubby. And that is the least favourite song I've ever made. I think maybe Krusty's as well. He made the beat for it, so he's probably got a stronger attachment to it than I do, but honestly, I fucking hate it. It's just the worst. I think it was track 5 on our debut album, The Picnic. But I hate it, so I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to check, though. I am going to check. Mainstream rap certainly has changed, I know that. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's fucking shit now. You can always find anything underground. Absolutely. You ever need a riff, hit me up. I'm not professional by any shape or form, but enjoy the challenge. Interesting. You play? I didn't know you played. I mean, I've got a guy for that, but I'll bear it in mind. Let me check real quick. Where the fuck is the Picnic? There's the Picnic. Is it track 5? It is! Gracious on the set. Yeah, I hate that song. I fucking hate it. It's terrible. So I'm not going to play it. Because naturally, because I hate it, the temptation is there to play it and say, this is why it's shit. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. What I will do, before we get any deeper, is go into the... Well, I mean, I guess we are getting deeper by doing this. I will play you some shit with guitar. You play bass and guitar. I play bass. Where is my bass? Well, I say where is my bass? I've got about 6 basses? 7 basses? 8 basses. I can't remember. Some of them are in possession of other people, but the one... that's my go-to bass. It's my go-to bass because this is an acoustic bass and I don't need a fucking amp. Playing it at this point is probably a mistake. Yeah, bass. Let's just rest them atop Sammy's Christmas presents. Right, yeah. You want me doing more metal kind of rap? I think I can just about do that. Let me work that out for you real quick. This is a cover song It's a cover song because it was asked of the rapper the song it is by. He opened a contest years ago. It was like bunch of covers. Everyone do a cover of this song. The best one gets a prize. And I will literally never get over this. The person that won, it was won by likes. So whoever clicked like on the video, it was won through that. It was literally just a chick in the boot of what I think was a Volvo estate, singing the song along to the original version of the instrumental. Nothing interesting going on whatsoever, and she won. And I was fucking furious. Absolutely furious. I've looked for it since the video has been taken down. On the plus side, because I was a final contestant, we did well enough to be in the finals. Our music video is on a playlist on the official Rhymesayers YouTube channel. So at least I can say that, right? I'm actually on a playlist on Rhymesayers. Again, I fucking love Rhymesayers. There they are. I love them. But yeah, I've got to hit the shower before I go out drinking. Catch you next time. Swish, you're going to miss the cool metal bits. I only have 16, but same boat. I do a library of instruments. Oh shit, that's 16 bass guitars, and you play a multitude of instruments. You have too many instruments. Too many. Anyway, you wanted some metal, so... Or, well, anything with guitar, so here's the thing with guitar. Well, one of the many things with guitar. Me and Foy, we did this song in about 2 days, including production and video. You do, Jesus. Brace yourself, this is a video from when I had hair. I've noticed since that you might not notice immediately, your focus is probably on me and not the mic. When I was doing the video, I didn't realise the pop shield was literally attached to the microphone. Look at that. It's doing nothing in that position it's in. That's my one big regret of this video, that I didn't clock that. At one point, this was Sam's daughter's favourite song as well.
Girl, tell me what you like. Don't you leave out a detail. We get better with time. Don't you set the alarm clock. You know you'll be awake all night. Hey, I ain't looking for a new car. I need a woman that'll run red light.
whiz beaches. That's very interesting. And I hope you tell me more after I call the wife back. It looks like we're going to hip-hop up again, and I don't see any reason why not to. So we'll follow it with that. I'll see you in a sec. Or 5 minutes. I don't know how long this phone call is going to go on for. It's going to be good, though. I'll see you in a moment. We out here. Sorry, lengthy conversation. Not sure how long it went. Are you still here? Anyone? Is anyone out there in the ether? Sam tells me, or told me rather, during our little conversation there, that she was doing a TikTok duo with you, Nat. And people were asking for her Twitch, as if she knows what Twitch is. She knows that Twitch is my, it's basically my drug. It's what I do to get through the days. I was going to shut down so much earlier tonight because I had there was no one here, no one cared. But you gotta push through these adversities. You gotta push through and hope for the best. And then yeah, Swish showed up. And then Nat showed up, and now apparently no one's here. But I'm gonna keep doing what I do, because that's what I do. And as I said before I went BRB, Barstool was queued up, so let's do some actual real rap. I've got hair in this as well. Shocker.
Hey yo, hit me with the usual, I wanna get pissed. I had another chance today, swung the bat and then missed. Took us back into the horror, I can chant my bowl. I'm always on my own, even if the room's full. People drifting in and out are all reflections of myself. I'm just sitting with my medicine, trying to get well. I don't need nobody else,
missed
and
opportunity,
nobody
should
needs
take
me.
my coat off
Nah, I'm not really
up there.
happy, but that's just the way it be. Only things I'm really close to since the age of 21. Have the beer tipped in my glass and the stool I'm sitting on. And we'll stay together, baby, yeah, you best believe that. Cause once the liquor hits my veins, I'm an unstoppable twat. If I could only find the energy to just get up, instead of ordering another pint of whatever the fuck. It's the same old shit, like I'm caught up in a drift net. 5 PM sharp and I'm back.
Same drink. Oh no, not same drink. Same drink for two of me, but not the one more left. Kick off myself then.
Here feeling like a reject. Never felt I've got the respect of my peers, and my fears always seem to rear up when I lift my glass up. Son, I think it's time to change my act up. Grab another pint of solace. Swift naked shot of reassurance follows. Tell the bartender all my life stories. Bullshit chatting, I'll drink up soon, I promise. But for now, let me speak if you hear me. Pour another liquor shot, and while you're there, beer me. Sorry if I'm boring you, man, but I gotta speak a line or two about my life plan and how it's all kind of got out of hand. Still the booze and the liquor keep giving. Still the loneliness make me feel committed. Even though I try all my efforts to resist, but I know that my liver can't forgive.
On my own, in my zone, on my throne. It's a place that I call home. As I roll in my throne, reflecting on money I've blown. It's unknown that I'm prone. Sobriety is what I postpone.
Featuring a Derby act on the chorus there, self-taught. Singer, rapper, producer. His views are a bit skewered compared to mine, but artistically you can't fault him. He was really insistent on being in the video as well. I was like, bruh, the way I'm shooting the video, we can't have you in the video. Unless you can get here, you can't be in the video. Oh, let's not play a Mew song, even though I love it. Please stop. I said stop. I have ceased the madness. Okay, well, my conversation stopped, which is understandable, seeing as I did a lengthy old BRB. The missus basically killed my momentum there. I know Swish has gone off to go and get ready to go out drinking. Nat's probably back on TikTok at this point, though showing reference in the stream regardless. So it's back to me, myself, and I. So I don't really want to do too much bear history without people that might be interested in the bear history. Though that being said, there's always going to be something. Oh, that's instrumental. Shame. Did I put vocals on that? Don't want to do that one. Is it enemy on the vocals on this? Does Krusty have a verse? What the fuck? Is there a split version of this that makes it more reasonable? J solo demo lad. That sounds reasonable. Let's play with that one. Ah, no! That's not the one I wanted. We did that one earlier. God fucking damn it. Right. Okay, I'll just skip on when we get to the empty verse. There's a song called Wagwan.
You know I'm sure I was a rapper once upon a time, maybe fairly confident, a couple tracks they call me crazy. Listening to beats on the regular, they made me wanna put a pen to paper up and up and flame me. The kids call it wavy, I say it's gravy. The situation Bristol or Oxo, you get me. But the times they are changing on some Bob Dylan shit. Most of the people know me these days from the motherfucking...
Sorry, I want to listen to this properly. I just want to explain why I need to redo the verse. I need to redo the verse because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, because at the time this room didn't have as much shit in as it does, and we literally put the mic right in the middle of the room, and there's so much just ambient fucking room echo going on. It just sounds like shit. It's not clear, crisp, as if I'm right in your face like I am right now. This sounds good, right? If you're doing exactly this but in the middle of a room without any processing or whatever, it sounds like shit. And that's the result of this. Or this is the result of that, rather. Which is a goddamn shame, because I love this song. But one day it will get its moment to shine. And hopefully on a beat that isn't this one. Hopefully I can translate this to a different beat. Is that the word I want to use? I mean, it is, but is it the word that makes sense? I don't know. Either way, I love this song. And a dude called Bat Funk is supposed to be on it.
You know I'm sure I was a rapper once upon a time, maybe fairly confident, a couple tracks they call me crazy. Listening to beats on the regular, they made me wanna put a pen to paper up and up and flame me. The kids call it wavy, I'd say it's gravy. The situation Bristol or Oxo, you get me. But the times they are changing on some Bob Dylan shit. Most of the people know me these days from the motherfucking Titanic. YouTubing hero, I'm a gameplay master. Catch me on a live stream and I'll play for all three of you. It pays as well as rapping, never really did and then some. So I'm not making a penny, getting zero income. Much bigger channels, much better Twitch streamers. I have to try and rap again, cause I got the time to either merge streams and raps that boys the truth. Well, I'm just trying to work out how to slip one of the booth. But she'd be like, no, sound like John Smith. Don't get me started on the end of that. How many years did I waste watching that? Not on the throne of my first marriage though. It's all fun and games, what's the worst that can happen? Not a lot fan till Dot Pepper comes strapped and bust in the room. All looking dismayed. Time of jump shit, gotta check the Kool-Aid. Wagwan.
Again, this is one where I hope the chorus can be developed. Bat Funk Wagwan. This is where Bat Funk's version, which I know he's written because I've seen it, like literally seen it. He's not sent me a voice note or anything. He sent me a he sent me a picture, not even a screenshot. He sent me a picture of him, his handwritten fucking vocals for this, lyrics for this. So I know it's good. I know he can record at home. I just don't know why he's not done it yet. Hopefully, I'll get a fresh beat for this and you can remind him. Skip on.
Wagwan.
When it gets to this
Wagwan.
Big Nasty.
Yeah, you've got a problem with a white person saying Wagwan. I got white friends who say Wagwan. And they're not being fake by saying Wagwan, because they'll smash your face in. You smell me? It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a London thing. And fuck that. It's not a London thing. It's a fucking England thing. That's what it is. No, the ones that start getting really angry about that shit. So why can't my white dog say Wagwan? Jamie, who's white, from the same estate as me, yeah? And Darren, who's black from the same estate from me, yeah? And Vu, who's Vietnamese from the same estate from me, and Fong, who's from flipping China on the same estate from me. What? Fong, Vu and them and they can't say Wagwan because they're not black. You're a fucking dickhead. Shut up, I'll just punch you up, you dickhead. I'll just get mad. You get what I mean? It's just embracing who you are. But boom, everyone's entitled to connect to what culture, what suits them. Let's settle this. White people can say fucking Wagwan. Yeah, the only thing they can't be talking about is niggas, cuz. You get what I mean? Because that word's got history in it. Anything else, because it's fair fucking game, cuz. Who the fuck are you, bro? Bomber Club. Yes, Steve. Put that one out there with powers. Yeah, cuz.
Fucking love that song. I wrote that song before I even found the fucking big nasty sample to put at the end. I was like, I wonder if there's like, I did some googling like what Wagwan with Wagwan, and I found that. I was like, yep, that is exactly what I'm going for here. Absolutely fucking fantastic. What else have I got? I can make you sad. Let's make you sad before we go. I assume it says J-Tracked. I must have vocals on this, so let's let you into my mental fucking headspace. Let's be miserable for a hot minute. Again, lacking a chorus. Meant to be having at the time when I was talking to him, I was meant to have Drusiv, as in Drusiv Stalin's musical endeavours, doing the chorus on this, but never really panned out. I need to reach back out to Druce.
At no point have I ever alluded to this as easy. I don't mean this music, I mean life in general is greasy. I'm the kind that cancel plans at the last minute. It's not I don't want to see you, my head just isn't in it. I'll leave your messages unanswered, your comments abandoned. I'm taking it all in, just I'm struggling with my hands and the head that's resting in them. I'm not feeling okay. When everything around is warm, I've still got a cold face, and there ain't no way that I can try to explain what the fuck is going on inside my head on this day. Just leave me to it, man. I'll be cool soon for no reason. Nothing fixes me, my conscience changes with the seasons, and my feelings, they can't be controlled. Man, they don't make no sense. Trust me, I know it gets old. Sitting on your own all the time can't be healthy, but when you've got no understanding of what's happening, you get stealthy. You can't help me. I really wish that you could get me out the metaphysical, hypothetical lonelyhood and do me some real good. Feel the sun on my skin, get my shit together, brace myself to begin. But it ain't so easy. I speak out of low frames where you got us here. It's okay to not be okay, and many feel the same, so I take on my hopes and pray a motherfucker toss his bitch back in the ocean.
That's a reference to Trev. In fact, let's fucking put that song in the ground. We'll come back to it and I'll play it all again in full. I want to go with the skit track that goes first. It's not really a skit track, it is a track unto itself. Trev definitely needs to re-record his bars. That it's not rapping, he's telling a story, but he needs to tell it as a story as opposed to something he's just reading. But he told me the story in the first place, so I guess it is what it is. This is called The Starfish, and this is the way he described me. He said I was the starfish. So I said, okay, record everything that you just sent me as a voice note and I'll put it in a song. And he did. We just need to get him in the booth and do it properly. So this is Trev, this is what he sounds like.
I was talking to my mate about his song career and his YouTube channel We All Dear. Told him this will be his breakthrough year. He said to me that shipped his past, just like the Titanic way back from the past. Told him to hear me out, the starfish had the same doubt. So now I'm going to tell you how the starfish story goes. A guy is walking on the beach. He sees a man tossing a starfish that washed up on the beach back in the ocean. He asked the guy, why are you tossing the starfish back in the ocean? There are so many starfish on the beach, it's not going to make a difference you tossing a few back. The man replied by picking up the starfish and said, it makes a difference for this one. So So I told my mate the point of my story is your breakthrough is bringing enjoyment to us with your music and streams. No matter your audience, big or small, you make a difference for all. We are the starfish he is tossing back in the ocean, so there isn't a measurement of breakthrough. We've already done it. It's not a measurement how famous, views, money, or how popular you are. It's only measured in how you make a difference in someone's life or your own. So there ends the starfish story, and surely as the sea waves crashing the beach, a new friendship starts, just like a starfish on the beach.
I don't know what to say, maybe I'm making a change, helping people out from under the water. This was never my plan, but I'll help out where I can. Unbeknownst to me, I'm making life better. I don't know what to say, this shit is so fucking strange, leading last away from the slaughter. I never put it on me to be a kind of sunbeam. I can't believe I'm making lives better.
Something else I can do on the piano, in case you were wondering. Shit, I really did need to hear that today. I'm probably going to listen to that again when the stream ends. 2 or 3 times. So this leads from that. Both of these were Greaves beats, by the way. I love Greaves. I've got a tattoo of Greaves. I don't think I need it. He knows that I fucking love and appreciate him. We've seen him come on the stage and be like, I know you, motherfucker.
At no point have I ever alluded to this as easy. I don't mean this music, I mean life in general is greasy. I'm the kind that cancel plans at the last minute. It's not I don't want to see you, my head just isn't in it. I'll leave your messages unanswered, your comments abandoned. I'm taking it all in, just I'm struggling with my hands and the head that's resting in them. I'm not feeling okay. When everything around is warm, I've still got a cold face, and there ain't no way that I can try to explain what the fuck is going on inside my head on this day. Just leave me to it, man. I'll be cool soon for no reason. Nothing fixes me, my conscience changes with the seasons. And my feelings, they can't be controlled. Man, they don't make no sense. Trust me, I know it gets old. Sitting on your own all the time can't be healthy. But when you've got no understanding of what's happening, you get stealthy. You can't help me, I really wish that you could. Get me out the metaphysical, hypothetical lonelyhood and do me some real good. Feel the sun on my skin, get my shit together, brace myself to begin. But it ain't so easy, I speak out of low frames where you gotta say it's okay to not be okay. And many feel the same, so I take on my hopes and pray a motherfucker toss his bitch back in the ocean.
I recorded this in 2019, I'm still there. I mean, like all of us, I have my ups and downs, but that shit that I wrote right there, fuck, it's still so true. Like, literally today, my mate was like, hey, do you want to do Farmageddon? I was like, nope. Not just
so I guess I make a difference, I just don't feel it as such. Honestly, most of the time, everything just feels too much. Every damn day is an honest to God struggle. I mask this shit as best I can to stay out of trouble.
So let me
really, I'm drowning
skip back to the start of that vocal so I can pay attention. Let's see if the second verse is still true as well. I skipped back quite a way apparently. Vocals.
So I guess I make a difference, I just don't feel it as such. Honestly, most of the time everything just feels too much. Every damn day is an honest to God struggle. I mask this shit as best I can to stay out of trouble. When really, I'm drowning and nobody can help me. They don't see my shit as real, say others have it much worse. See, I get that, it ain't exactly mystical, but don't make my shit out to be so motherfucking trivial. We all have our own demons, I'm not commenting on yours. I'm just chilling out with mine, working through these character flaws. And I'm sure that maybe one day I'll be okay. All this shit will go away, I'll be able to lift my head and say I beat down the devil. I put him in his place, took a hold of my life and returned myself to grace. But for now I'm just the guy that you know from the internet, treading fucking water by a raft made of regret.
Oh fuck. Shit, that's some good lyricism. there's another one that is so much more than that. Imagine the same thing, but really intense and with like relationship shit going on. Oh, mate, it is. I mention the song every now and then on the stream. I'm like, when you hear it, you'll fucking understand. But I don't have a demo. There are videos. Wait, shit. Have I actually organised this correctly? Can we group these? Group these by type. Oh no, this is Dubniverse. Oh, there are so many videos. None of them are the ones I want. So I'm fairly certain that somewhere around here I actually managed to pull, because I did do mobile phone like video demos of some of the songs. I'm fairly fucking certain that around here somewhere are those. Well, shit, I'm on my own. No one's talking to me, so I might as well fucking just hang around for a hot minute and try and work that shit out. Where would you be, though? Where would you be? The isolation tapes? No. Isolation tapes is just fucking beats for some reason. New thing, vid. There's something here called vid. I don't think either of these are what I want. That's 9 minutes. What the fuck's that? Just out of pure interest, what the fuck is that? Skip on.
This is my...
The antithesis of blind, 'cause I see but can't feel you.
Oh, that's a revamp track that I'm working on there. What's this?
Week. 2 Sundays on the trot to share.
That's just talking. That is not what I wanted. How very, very disappointing. I assume that's where I was trying to put the things. Maybe I didn't find what I wanted to do with the bars. Thing is, I know that the bars are on the computer. I know they're here. I know they are because I've seen them. Just don't really know where. Will it be here? More likely to be there, right? Oh my god, it's just chaos. It's chaos incarnate. What the hell is going on here? Really? Alright, yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. Group them. Right, here are the videos. Where's something that looks like I'm trying to rap? Oh my god. Jesus. This folder is absolute chaos incarnate. There's a lot of me playing bass, I can tell you that much. What the hell is this? Am I gonna rap? Yep, that's me rapping a Christmas song. That's not what I wanted. What the fuck is going on here? Alright, let's try here, I guess. There's not a lot of stuff here. Group. Definitely group. Makes life so much easier. Right, there are movie files here. Is any of it relevant? Any of it? Oh, God, fuck. Okay, I remember that night. There's also a bunch of me playing bass. Oh, okay. Okay. This?
Resting in them, I'm not and difference.
No, that's the demo of that one. I just heard that one.
Water by a raft made of regret.
Oof. That still touches true though. What about you?
Okay, all jokes. You might have guessed. Jesus.
That's just a Muse song. That's no fucking help to anyone. Where is what I want?
Man.
Right, that's another song-based song. That's the same one again. That's all going to be that shit, isn't it? This is no help whatsoever. But hey, at least I'm wasting everyone's time and not just my own by hanging out here trying to work out what the fuck I'm doing. Bump to here. Well, how is this so small? What the... What? Oh my god. What is all this shite? Right, this is really old. There's no way it's here. Where the fuck are these bars, bruh? Like, at this point, I'm genuinely confused. I should have been able to find them at this point. I know I'm just killing time doing this shit, but... No, that's Sam's phone. That's not going to help me. What the fuck? Where are these bars? Where are these bars? I know I had these bars. For my own fucking peace of mind, I need to be shut down in the next 15 minutes. 14 minutes, it's just rolled over. So... I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time right now, though no one's really here, so it is what it is. You're getting involved. That's on you. That's on you, bruh. I've got a terrible feeling that they may have been saved on one of the hard drives that has died in recent years. Because why would I not be able to find this shit otherwise? Do you know what I mean? Terrible, terrible. I really need to back up this audio drive. This is the oldest hard drive in the whole computer, and it's got everything that's important as far as music goes. I just can't afford a fucking another external drive to back up. So that's concerning. Very fucking concerning. What is this shit? Nothing relevant. God damn it. God damn that as well. It'd be so much easier if my fucking Windows search option works. I could just search MPG and we'd be fucking off to the races. As it is, I have to fucking physically go into every folder that I've ever made to try and work shit out. As I'm sure I'll agree. Not entirely ideal. Right, can we group this? Will this help? No, because the folders aren't really doing what I want them to do. I mean, I feel this shit should be in here, in the folder that I'm currently looking in, but they're just not. Like, the beat folder's not even here. Are they? Demo bars. I might finally be here. Oh my god, I'm finally here. Here's some real bars. Repping a Mike West t-shirt. Represent. That's done. So am I. just like she did, or say that you're leaving me, just like she did. They're slowly breaking my heart into pieces, because change is never coming and the cycle is repeated. And how long before you're cheating on me, just like she did, or say that you're leaving me, just like she did. They're slowly breaking my heart into pieces. Girl, you gotta know that you're all I ever needed. Everything outside is all bright and shiny, but internally I feel like I'm dying. On a very real note, I've been dealing with some shit that I can't fix. Can't face the doctor cause I'm embarrassed by it. There's no real basis for my head trauma to seeing signs where there aren't any of this terraformer. In the sky I'm seeing storms and thunderclaps are coming for me. The lightning will strike at any minute, hitting me like a scorched tree. I see the love of my life, she's way off in the distance, always feeling out of reach and out of my existence. She tells me every single day that she loves me, but there's a part of me that don't believe that shit real dumbly. I guess events from the past have finally manifested, but why show up right now from out of nowhere unrequested? My brain has been molested, the rights of ownership contested. Between my demons and my neglected sense of self-worth, got me thinking that the wife is gonna go away. She said some shit to me that fucked my head away worse. It's always in my thoughts, it's like a motherfucking plague, and there's nothing I can do to make it go the fuck away. It's all about my past, it's cause of shit that I've done. She broke it down for me, words were said that got me stunned. Ever since then she's thought we've been better than ever, but I feel I've lost my senses like I'm Helen Keller. So now I'm having trust issues, that's never been a problem. Got me looking at everyone, wonder what has ever stopped him from doing me real dirty like what happened years ago. Thinking respect and loyalty, but I really don't know. And so my friends, can I trust them when they're going out on dates with my woman, trying to summon logic, but I really couldn't get past this very personal problem. No harm done, do I feel bad, my love, it's only words, no outcome. I think I just need a cuddle, I'll be straight son. See some blue up through the clouds, negativity could do one. Purge the thoughts with a couple of these pills. I think I'm gonna go to bed now, no thrills. I'll see you in the morning, I'm just in the muddle. Gonna go and find some light at the end of this tunnel. The beat's been adjusted, it sounds a lot better for what I'm saying in these points. Cheers on the beers. Classic. I mean, that's what I was looking for. What else have I got in this fucking file of demos? WhatsApp fucking video demos. Are they WhatsApp? I don't know. Let's go with this. This one's recorded now. Probably just sit hanging around for a while until we actually fucking get around to working on an album again, but still. Hydration is key. Once that heart starts pumping, it's not easy to stop it. The chemical reaction in your brain helps unlock it. The infatuation grows as these two lost souls join up together, so sharing mutual goals. Relationship unfolds, you go in full-time exclusive. Maybe marriage comes later, followed up by 1 or 2 kids. Sharing negative space, I got yourself a little mortgage. Come to think about it, concludes your life is all sorted. But she's staying out later than she used to. Now you're drinking every evening, no problem here though, this a vow. Till it's gone for so long that you haven't even noticed that you're barely more than housemates. You're not nearly as devoted as you were in the beginning. Mind has wandered off, done. You gotta start thinking there's no love left, son. That's when she comes in with a word so lethal. It's time for you to leave, cause she's been seeing other people. Price of love, heartaches remain. Ah, that's fun. That's fun. That button. Thank you very much. What else have I got? I feel like there might be a couple of replicas though. No? Right, the singing part is a little bit fucked because I'm not sure if I'm following my harmonies or what you're doing, which is what I should be doing. Anyway, and I think to myself, what was I doing some 10 years ago? Doing everything I could to not let you go while pushing you away with the shit I was doing. Chatting with the females and you picture been taken. I really had you breaking, but then with it for a minute. You take what we had in a moment, bin it. Just take your drum and what I'll do is kiss it. Put a little plaster on where the heart's been ripped. That'll do for right now. I'll see you in a bitch. Gotta go text this girl, maybe see her tits. And if I play this right, then I'll see that puzzle in that moment right there. I couldn't give a fuck about us, but I'd always get caught. Have to see your eyes as I know that I fucked it for the 100th time. How many breakups then? How many fixes did I have to put us through before making it my missus? Cause I couldn't let you inside, couldn't let you in my heart. Inside my head was reeling cause that's one fell apart. And I know that's no excuse, you've shown me nothing but your love. So know that I'm truly sorry for all the shit I've ever done. Yeah. Save me. Fuck. I forgot I actually wrote that verse. I mean, I know that's going to be a Bear song at some point, but I forgot that I actually did the verse for it. That's a nice, tidy verse. We did that one already.
Everything outside is all bright and shiny, but internally I feel like I'm dying on a very real note. I've been dealing with some shit that I can't face the doctor because I'm embarrassed by it. There's no real basis for my head trauma, just seeing signs where there aren't any on this terraform.
Yeah, I think this one's better.
I'm seeing storms and thunderclaps are coming for me. The light will strike at any meeting, hitting like a scorched tree. I see the love of my life when she's way off in the distance. Always feeling out and reaching out in my existence. She tells me every single day that she loves me, but there's a part of me that don't believe that shit real dumbly. I guess events from the past have finally manifested, but why show up right now from out of nowhere unrequested? My brain has been molested, the rights of ownership contested. Between my demons have a neglected sense of self-fucking-worth. Got me thinking that the wife is gonna go away. She says some shit to me that fuck my head away worse. It's always in my thoughts, it's like a fucking plague, and there's nothing I can do to make it go the fuck away. It's all about my past, it's cause of shit that I've done. She broke it down for me, words were said that got me stunned. Ever since then she's thought we've been better than ever, but I feel I've lost my senses, like I'm Helen Keller. So now I'm having trust issues when that's never been a problem. Got me looking at everyone, wonder what has ever stopped them from doing me real dirty, like what happened years ago. Thinking right, respect and loyalty, but I really don't know. And so my friends, can I trust them when they're going out on dates with my woman, trying to summon logic? But I really couldn't get past this very personal problem. Harm done, don't feel bad, my love is hoping.
Again, the beat hasn't been fixed for this bit. Prefer to write spits again. This is my thing now.
A couple of these pills, I think I'm gonna go to bed now. Well, no thrills, I'll see you in the morning. I'm just in the mud, gotta go and find some light and get into this tunnel.
Bars indeed, friend. Bars indeed. Okay, right. Good. I'm glad I found those. Let's remember that. Jay's WhatsApp demo bars. Seems pretty fucking apparent. Let me close out on an actual song. Because it's time to close out, let's be real. We're approaching 1 AM. I gotta be at work at 8:15. So we'll finish whether there's anyone here or not. Apparently there are. People are in the chat. Just they're not making themselves apparent, which is, you know, tragic. So let me try and find. Where's an actual fucking? I mean, I'm in the folder where the song should be. So where the fuck is the song? Where did I put that Jess mix? I'm gonna close on one of the songs. Well, the opening song from the New Bears album from 2019. It'll come out eventually. I just need to find it, to play it. How hard could that be? Extremely is the answer. Thankfully, OGB. I was right there. I was right there. You ain't there, you son of a bitch. Oh yeah, there you are. Which version am I looking for? Mix 1. Okay, right. Here's a song. It's completed. It's got Big Jess on it. One of my friends from Minneapolis, Minnesota. YouTube is going to tell me off for using the sample because it was in a movie from Guy Ritchie a couple of years ago. The Gentleman. So it's becoming very much apparent on the YouTube algorithm shit.
Hey yo, motherfucker, time my face facts. You fell off a shit and you ain't coming back. You ain't written raps in how many years? You ain't gonna school me for your smokes and your beers, bitch, please. You ain't even put a record out since 13, single in 16, so where the fuck you been? When I'm out here with this motherfucker 6'9", the way you spit rhymes is from a lesser time. I'm talking Lil Yachty and Little Lucy Vert. Your shit is out of touch, kids these days are berserk. You gotta stay alert, old man, cause you're losing it. Picking up your crap count, straight up abusing it. You really have changed in the last decade. You're a fat motherfucker, too many L's brigade. You're a fucking clown now, gone bald, no hairs. Insignificant bitch, yo, death to the bears.
You can get the finger. You lose it.
Jess put that in there.
You know what time it is.
Speaking of Jess, there he is.
Live
Straight from the land of 10,000 lakes, where the real MCs used to drown the fakes. I always hold this mic with something to say, while these little pumps and chumps just mumble away. But hey, who am I to judge, right? I'm just an old head who's bitter and uptight. My rap career never blew up but took flight, and I hate how new rap sounds and what they look like. Lyrics written so careless, incoherent, bunch of nonsense that holds no merit. Standards are pretty much non-existent, but for some strange reason kids flock to listen. Well, I guess the joke's on me. They get paid more to say less and sing off key. So I'll just keep rolling in my Saturn Ion and yelling at kids to get the hell off my lawn.
You can get the finger, the finger. You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it. Yo, vitamin C.
This isn't going to be my song, clearly.
Move over Lucifer so Christopher can take the reins. You get inside of people's souls, I get inside of people's brains. Parasite looking for a new source of life to extinguish. I diminish phony rappers till my killing's finished. My final wish is to obliterate the opposition. Their prejudice is similar to microphone positions. In front of my face and filling my space, there is no escape. I crave retribution on the biblical scale. All hail the beats, weak MCs get smashed up and packed up into tins like Vaseline. Greasy and sleazy and unappealing, leaving audiences insulted, whereas I'm leaving them reeling. Numb brains with no feeling, mumble rappers with the Skittles hair with no rhythm. I'm Batman. I'm taking shots in my raw raps and buried treasures. I keep it locked, others just floating like feathers. Whatever.
You get the finger, the finger. You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it. Yo, vitamin C. You get the finger, the mess, and you. You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it. Yo, vitamin C.
Now, I played this a few after hours streams ago, so it's probably fresh in your memory, unless you're new here. But I'm going to do it again, because it's one thing to have the honour, and it is an honour, to have Big Jess jump on your track and then say, hey, do you want me to mix this? Yeah, please. yeah, absolutely. If you want to mix this, over to you, Jess, because he is a talent. It's one thing to have him jump on your track. It's another thing entirely for him to say, I'm doing a new record. Can you please do a song for it? What an incredible fucking honour it was. And the record itself was called Honourable Mentions, and I was deemed to be an honourable mention, which is just fucking brilliant. So I'm going to close out on this. It's a song called Scary Stories. It was released on Jess's birthday 2 years ago. It was August the 11th, 2020. He put out a single for his birthday this year, which is... I'm not going to play that. It's incredibly touching. It's great. Look for that on your own. But what I will do is play my piece for this. As I said the last time we played this, my only regret for this song is that I did a little joke at the end, and I wish that I hadn't. I wish I would have just let the song be what the song was, because I regret the little joke at the end. But this is a song called Scary Stories, produced by Big Jess, on Big Jess's album, Honourable Mentions, and I fucking love it, because it's one of my favourite songs I've ever done. And at some point, I might put together a little collection of my favourite songs that I've ever done, because there are some. Features, mainly features and fucking covers, but I don't know, you like what you like, right? Anyway, here's the song.
It's J-Cray-Z. One half of those gracious bad boys from England, the Northwest. Big Jess on the motherfucking beat. Much love, much love. It's Honourable Mention, Volume 7. Honourable Mention. Now this little thing right here, based on a true story. It never happened. I'm in a hotel Transylvania, just wandering the halls. Beast ain't afraid of you, creeping through the creaky door. Swear I see Morticia and Gomez. Got a feeling they're hopeless. Murder and mayhem, between the teeth go the roses. Got me on that Christina Ricci. I still beseech thee.
I mean, he literally sent me the beat and said, go nuts.
Here will be that chick from the ring.
I've got a beat for you. Do what you do.
Death court clicks, candelabra flickety
So I wrote a
heavy
spooky
shit,
story.
tasty lick. Motherfuckers having fits up in this bitch. Rich kid kids having seizures off at the back of these spooky ass features.
It's funny because everyone else on the record is writing some conscious shit, like some proper like conscious heartfelt shit, and I'm like, fucking, we're in a haunted house.
Go to sign the guest book, don't see one single person. This is a scary kind of story you can tell in the dark. Flashlights up and the tale will start. Gathered round the table with a full set of fables, piercing your essence like when a board meets nail. This is just a scary story you can tell in the dark. Pass around the flashlight or candle sparks. Yours might be a chiller, proud of what you could do, but did you ever stop to think that maybe my one's true? This is the broken down nightmare, so I sample from the winery, peeking through the window, just be tickling the ivories, and my anxieties from my rivalries defining me in this society. Pray to God, but I'm in the wrong diocese. Just let me breathe. I feel I'm being suffocated. Gotta make a move, but all the rooms have relocated. Now I'm feeling agitated. Building needs to be consecrated. Better yet, terminated. People here reanimated, but I've been isolated. I can't find a way out. Covered all the bases, but the horse they reroute. Stumble in the kitchen, got that Resi evil touch. Mama Baker be the chef, feasting insects or above. Spot a crack in the wall, gotta smash right through. Run full pelt to the vehicle, that's what I gotta do. So I'm going full throttle, going 90 down the lanes. Then all of a sudden I'm forced to hit the fucking brakes. The bridge is down.
Help me.
I'm gonna die here.
Save me.
This is the scary kind of story you can tell in the dark. Flashlights up and the tale will start. Gathered round the table with a full set of fables, piercing your essence like when a board meets nails. This is just a scary story you can tell in the dark. Pass around the flashlight or candle sparks. Yours might be a chiller, proud of what you could do, but did you ever stop to think that maybe my one's true? This is a scary kind of story you can tell in the dark. Flashlights up and the tale will start. Gathered round the table with a full set of fables, piercing your essence like when a board meets nails. This is just a scary story you can tell in the dark. Pass around the flashlight or candle sparks. Yours might be a chiller, proud of what you could do, but did you ever stop to think that maybe my one's true? We need that Vincent Price laugh from Thriller.
Live,
right
laugh,
about here.
Limp
It's got that
Bizkit.
kind of vibe, you know what I mean?
Until I see you again, motherfucking deuces.